Okay, so we're rolling. It's a new day. It doesn't look like it, but we're all wearing our brand new shirts that Gray Magus made for us. Davey, what does it say?
It says, "We're already crazy just for being here. What's a little more madness?"
Wow, how melodramatic.
Yep.
What indeed? And then on the back it has our names. And the year.
There it is.
And my logo that I made in a free photo editing program.
There you go.
Success.
Has now been immortalized.
I won't name the program because we're gonna stop doing.
Yeah, we're not sponsored.
We're gonna stop doing unpaid ads.
As your legal representation, I will say no.
We are doing a shout out to good sandwiches.
Yes.
Lloyd's Tasty Sandwiches. Delicious.
Yeah.
Good sandwiches.
Delicious.
Great people.
Good
They
service.
were very cool. It was like, it felt like being in like a Chicago deli a little bit. Like the sandwiches were like made one by one to order. It took a little bit of time, but it was worth it. They were very cool. They had like darts and foosball and good music. So Lloyd's, fantastic?
Tasty.
Lloyd's Tasty Sandwiches.
They were indeed.
What does lascivious mean?
What?
Is that a bad thing?
It is not good.
It's not good.
Where did that come from?
I was like, Lloyd's lascivious.
No.
No.
But it's sort of like slutty.
Strike that.
Lloyd's slutty sandwiches.
No.
I love that.
That's what the tamales.
No.
Yeah. Feeling or revealing an overt and often offensive sexual desire.
No.
Well,
they're real good sandwiches.
They're real good.
We are 5 minutes in and already off the rails here.
Oh, we're surely only 2.5 minutes in.
We don't even have rails.
Surely.
Yeah, so I haven't even looked at the last file to know how long it was. So I might even break that one up into like 1 or 2 when I get home. I probably won't upload these until sometime this week because I don't think we're playing Tuesday.
I assume we weren't.
Right, we're getting it in.
I assume you need some recovery.
Yeah.
I probably will, yeah. So
I will need to recover.
Yeah. So this might end up being like 4 episodes.
Something
like that.
Ooh.
So yeah. It'll be like part 1, part 2, and then part 1, part 2. So the table is so cluttered with snacks, but I love it.
You're welcome.
This is the D&D experience.
Take it.
The first campaign I played in, shout out to my buddy Zach. He DM'd for us in the house he was living in, and he had a table. It was about this big, but it wasn't a ping pong table. It was just a massive like dining room table. And it was up on the 3rd floor of their house, and it wasn't really used for anything else, so it just had our D&D stuff on it at all times.
Nice.
And it was just like every week I just show up and like there's our minis, there's the battle map. It was great. It was just ready to go. He is a world builder. Unlike me, he does that for fun. Had a lot of good DM inspiration in my life, so gotta give shout outs to that. Yeah, Zach, my first DM. Technically, my first DM was my friend Brent from Texas. We just went to a cabin for a weekend with them, and he's like, "Hey, have you ever heard of D&D?" And I'm like, "No." I was 23 at the time.
No, I haven't.
What a child.
This sounds like a completely different story. It's like, yeah, my friend took me to a cabin when I was 23, and he was my first, and he asked, "Have you ever heard of D&D?"
It was pure. It was adventurous. It was great.
After saying lascivious.
I would like to say, let's pull it back to the session before you dig a hole in here.
That's
dig a hole.
We played a one-shot. It was a good time, and I was like, I gotta play more D&D. And
here we are.
And here we are. So, also shout out to Wesley, my good buddy Wesley, who lives here in the same state where we are at. And he's
shout out to my friend.
Shout out to your friend.
My friend, who will be unnamed.
Unnamed. Do you guys have friends?
No,
No.
friends.
Okay.
Definitely not.
We don't have
You're
friends.
my friend.
Hey.
You're all I knew.
We have been friends for a long time.
What a shade thing to say. It's all about the friends we've made along the way.
Yeah.
As long as there's a little bit of murder to spice things up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You don't know.
Maybe.
Murder makes the friend bond stronger, right?
It's a friendship bound in blood. Not our blood.
Come on.
That would be weird.
Some other chunk's blood.
Nonsense.
That palm slicing? No, thank you. All right.
Delicate skin.
Let's get a warm up question. How about it? Who would like to give us a D100 roll? You'll roll, Shade?
I will roll it. That is an 82.
82. We had, what was it? 84 last time.
I know. Like it seems like we've gone through most of the 80s so far.
82. Okay. This is sort of a yes or no, but feel free to elaborate. Is your character more of an introvert or an extrovert? This might be. We might just need to do another question on top of this, because that's kind of.
That is a 9.
Is this page now email locked where I can't read it?
Oh.
Hold on 1 second. I have to sign up. Oh, because it's a Tumblr, and I don't have Tumblr. I don't think.
Tumblr.
I go making a Tumblr account right now.
On air, everyone.
On air.
Like, subscribe.
Looks like your account already exists. What?
Oh no.
Since when did I have Tumblr?
34 minutes later.
You've always had Tumblr.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a new one with my D&D email address.
Tumblr.
Oh, goodness.
Continue. Blog name. Let's go D in Daniel. How about
This is
that?
where we're going to post all of our fan art. It's definitely coming.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 91 days till my next birthday. That's fun. Blog. Oh,
I recommend you start thinking quiet thoughts instead of saying them out loud.
I'm not gonna say what my login information is.
Social
Exposed several pieces of
security.
information already.
Have I?
Yes.
What?
I'll tell you later.
Hackers love me.
Hackers love this one trick.
It's a level 7
a human who is not aware of the risks he introduces.
Now listen, if your security was good enough, it wouldn't matter that my password was the word password.
If we just had NordVPN.
No! We are not sponsored!
I said if we had NordVPN. Okay. What was the next roll? I'm sorry.
9.
9. We've already done that one. That was
Okay.
what deity does your character use?
How about 99?
99.
Bottles of beer on the wall.
Okay. I feel like we've already had some discussion about this week. Are there any social or political issues your character feels strongly about?
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe.
Social or political? I mean, we know.
Religious. Political, it's explosions. Anarchy.
Explosions.
The Goblin of Malta. Taking everything to the most.
Totally.
As long as it is to the most.
Do you foresee a global conflict ever to come when the goblin is ready to be
venerated?
Venerated.
Basically, when his followers are deemed they do not have taken everything to the most.
Yeah.
Well,
there are still more things.
See, the Goblin of Malta religion is very much so not a hit you over the head with the gold bar kind of religion.
Right.
So it's more of a lead through example, So by me taking everything to the most, I hope that you all realize that the Goblin of Malta will take everything to the most as well. Mm-hmm. And that's what you could have as well. Right. If you join the Goblin of Malta,
I just heard
chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah. All the time. Think about
to
that.
The most.
To the most.
Like we've slowly transitioned into a different kind of outreach.
I can't believe we didn't print out
pyramid.
A bunch of pictures of the goblin.
Just stick them in.
Yeah. It's so easy. Anyway.
Don't worry, on the way out I have a flag for everybody.
We should make some propaganda flyers.
Okay. Who else
Somebody else,
has a
go.
social or political issue?
I mean, like we've talked about before, it's like the whole concept of, the political system is meant to help protect and lift up the people. Like Shade feels strongly about that. Like, should bring people together and help make everybody better, type of thing.
Slavery. I'm gonna kill you.
Kill you.
No slavery.
Slavery bad. Pretty common feeling in this group. Yeah.
For Falbin, it's very much tied to the idea of oppression of those who cannot protect themselves for whatever reason.
Exactly.
Not okay.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
And Vegas is something kind of similar to that. It's like, no tyranny.
No tyranny.
Tyranny gets fireballs.
Well, Theagenes going to go with
Tyranny.
women's suffrage and universal healthcare.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Solid.
Both things we have really spent a ton of time on in this game.
Absolutely. I feel like we just keep hammering it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next side quest is going to be a suffragette march.
Suffragette.
Yes. That sounds great. Cool. Good job. All right. Well, let's move into our recap. I think Shade, you did the last one.
Yeah, Falbin.
Oh no, you did.
Falbin
Yeah. Sorry.
Falbin did.
So you did the next one. No.
My feelings are hurt, but they could be cured with the Bardic D6.
Solved. Solved my wounds.
What color do you want?
Blue. Some kind of blue would be great.
One that is just dark.
Like Falben's soul.
Yes.
There's a blue one.
Love it. Look at that.
Oh, look at how bardic you are.
I'm gonna need that.
Your DM apologizes.
Are you feeling more soothed now?
I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Good?
I feel loved and cared for.
Good.
All right, I guess I'll do the recap. Since
Yeah. It should be pretty fresh.
Well, I don't. It was so long ago. I barely.
So long
Yeah.
ago.
This might be the only recap that's like within 24 hours. Do it justice.
What do you mean might be?
No.
There's a 100% likelihood that it is.
All right, so we started off mid-combat with Falben staring down the barrel of a T-Rex 45.
Why do we
I thought you were
call
going
it
to say 45.
Sorry, I got distracted.
That T-Rex. Show the camera.
Oh, is it over here?
It's right there.
Yeah. So the party basically brainstormed how do we keep Falben not dead. So with some magic shenanigans, Magus was able to jump in, grab Falben in Dimension Door, extricate him from that. We rained a bunch of. We had Karina. Karina started into the combat too. She rained a bunch of arrows, killed a bunch of lizardmen and dinosaurs that were against us, and we started getting barraged by magic missiles from the forest. And Diogenes had a pretty awesome mental disruption of the T-Rex, which incapacitated it, so it decided, you know what, I'm out, so it ran off into the forest. We had hidden mages shooting, or at least lizardmen with wands shooting magic missiles at us. Mm-hmm. So Magus did a Scorched Earth campaign of fireball to dislodge them.
Yep.
We found 2 that we killed without a fireball. Mostly Karina took them down most of the way down. And we were able to recover magic wands from them and realize they were not lizardman make. But
and this is very important, we learned about Theagenes' mental fireball thing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Synaptic static?
Yeah. Yep.
That got debuted.
That was pretty awesome.
It was effective.
And we basically killed the rest of the dinosaurs, covered the wands, did a bit of research into see what we could find about the wands. Theagenes talked to some dead people, and found out some more information. We found the maker's mark. Was it Steros? Steros, which we assume that name's going to come up later. And
it's of a script that is similar to Gigan, but not Gigan.
But
and
not
Giant either.
And so, yeah, we... So from there, we decided, all right, do we either go chase after the T-Rex to finish it off, or do we keep going on our way? And then suddenly Kyra was like, hey, I'm going to knife these lizardmen guides in the back. And Valvin was like, no,
How about you
don't do that.
not do that?
And calling Magus in for, the whole charisma thing, he was basically able to figure out that Kyra had been possessed by the Titan imprisoned on this island and was basically operating through her as a medium. And he said, stop that, we need her back. And so they said, okay, but if your guides die, I'm taking her back. And so we are trying to keep the guides alive. We've done a 50% good job on that. we went on from the...
C's get degrees. D's get degrees.
D's get degrees, yeah.
So we
point that out.
left,
A little bit lower.
left the clearing.
50's going to make it.
Yeah. Sometimes. So we left the clearing. We headed deeper into the jungle. We still had about, close to 10 hours to travel through the swamps and stuff to where the sacrificial site for the fire tribe is. And about almost halfway through, we found a little trail going off the side while we were looking for a place where we would need to long rest because we were all beat up from the combat. And we're like, hey, this might lead us to a thing. Falbin got a weird vibe from it, from his dagger, and we're like, well, this might be a good place, but let's go investigate. So we went and investigated, found a long tunnel with a cave that had a bunch of dead lizardmen, skeletons, obviously been there for a while. With this,
a lava tube.
A lava tube,
Which
yes.
I knew was a thing when I described it.
Exactly. And we found it had this weird crystal vein embedded in the wall of the cavern. We said, well, it's creepy, but we can at least take a look and see if it's worth camping there. So we all
what could go wrong?
Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing.
We go in and something goes wrong. But more than 2/3 of the whole group and party gets pulled into an extra dimensional plane and faces their worst fears and worst memories, effectively. And through fighting our way out of that, everybody gets back except for, hey, one of the guides didn't make it. And we found in the process of that, trying to figure out what we could do to help pull everybody back out, we uncovered that the crystal vein in the wall is not in fact a vein, it is an egg. A dragon egg! And it seems that dragon was talking to Fallban.
What?
And so we did some little telepathic, that's a word, communication with it, and said, we're going to hatch this egg, so we're getting ready to do the ritual, and that's where we ended.
Very good.
Well
very,
done.
Very good.
Well done. Give ye inspiration.
Yeah. I will take the inspiration.
Take your pick of an inspiration.
I like this one.
Yeah. Good choice. Excellent choice.
Excellent.
Execute orders. Yeah, good one. Nice job.
Did I miss anything important?
I don't think so.
Megas?
I'll allow it.
This time.
You pass.
So, hold on, let me get back to our actual music, actual.
What?
Music actual.
I was up late last night, don't at me.
Ooh.
Up too late.
Too late. We're like 2:45 late.
Only because of daylight savings.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Really?
you jumped ahead an hour.
Wait,
Last night.
But at what time did it jump ahead?
Yeah, whatever. Keep moving.
I think it's usually between midnight and 1 a.m. depending on.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow, I feel better.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, so you guys have all fended off, most of you. One of the lizard folk did not successfully fend against his worst nightmare.
Does his body show up? Is that how the dead lizard?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I narrated that wrong. So one of them, they both come back. One of them alive, the other splayed out dead.
Yeah, we
So I get my
can
spell back.
we can wake him up and ask him
What
about
spell?
Alvor's fears.
No, I used sending to try and communicate.
Yep.
Point to that?
No, just making me laugh.
Tell us about how awful
These
it
are all
was.
gone now.
He and
What
Matt.
was your worst nightmare?
This poor fella. Sorry, but
So yeah, I mean, I think at least most of you heard Corinna sort of describing what was a scene that you guys are familiar with, at least from what she told you when you met. So that would clash with those of you who were inside this plane with what you experienced, so you would know that you didn't all see the same thing.
Right.
Right.
So I guess sort of, yeah.
So if Falben's up for it, we're ready to do it.
We came out. We decided as a party we're gonna hatch the egg.
Yep.
It's gonna take a day.
I mean, it's going to be your egg, so if you don't want to hatch it now, if you want to wait for a
the
different
egg is
item or
purple?
something.
is that what the
That-
color of the egg is?
What?
Is the egg purple?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have purple.
There,
Oh, look at that! Aww.
I think we should do it now.
Right, then start drawing out
She needs out.
ritual circle, whatever it is,
Okay.
and start that.
Crease.
I set up the hut at the entry area to plug the hole. Everyone in the party can enter it, but anyone in the party can enter it, but if everyone enters it at once, it will dissipate because it can only hold 9 creatures.
the fire code occupancy
9.
level. Yeah.
Nine.
So if 10 tokens get crammed in that
Yeah.
spot, yeah.
But that's where Magus is because I have to remain inside it.
Absolutely.
That's a good excuse to get on the chores.
Well done. Little egg
Aw.
in a nest
Aw.
with some twigs. Please continue.
Anyway,
Don't
so-
mind me.
So we started the ritual. We already rolled for it last night.
Yeah.
One day.
It's gonna take one day.
Yep.
So, like, I guess people take long rests.
Yeah.
And I assume Shade's gonna start, first part of it, stay up with it to make sure everything's going right with the ritual.
Okay. Yeah.
Is Lizardman, what's his view on taking care of his friends' remains? Would he like them cremated?
He's already eating his friend.
Ah! Oh my god!
Can we still wake him up?
I need a visual.
I as long as there's some
He's
mouth
just like
left. Yeah.
he's just like sitting crisscross applesauce next to his friend, just like.
Never mind. I back away slowly.
And every now and then he'll just like pat him on the chest, like.
Well, that's disturbing.
It's respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's respectful, mine.
I can't believe you're doing that.
They could be foreigners with ways different from our own.
You set it up here.
Yes, I did.
Thank you for that.
The artistry of the scene construction is so good. Okay, so
I'm gonna be like, kind of like in the dome,
Slowly walk away.
kind of like just half like kind of curled up with Gageros, just kind of like comforting him after what he went through.
okay, yeah, fair. He how do you sort of reassure him?
Like it would just be physical presence.
Yeah.
And just letting him know like we will never let each other go. Like we will always come back for each other.
He appreciates that. He also like is the dome. You can come in and out of it. Okay. So he says, also, can I like I'll stay, but can I leave if I need to?
Of course.
Okay. And he sticks a wing out. Okay. All right.
This this isn't a cage.
Okay. And it's clear. You can see through it.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. You didn't make it look like the inside of an egg, like an asshole.
We're going home.
Yeah. Your trial period has expired.
Wow.
What is Falbin Turgo? I mean, you went through a lot in this like quick, experience. Being face to face with this thing that you've run from for a long time. What's sort of
the embodiment of my century fear?
Yep. The reason you sought out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm acting very manly in that I'm not sharing anything. Yeah. So keeping it all inside.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm basically kind of banking on the fact that everybody else is talking about their fears, and I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to make something up or talk about my actual experience.
Seeing as we're all still psychically connected, does he let anything slip accidentally mentally?
I don't know. I'm not gonna make you say that unless it's up to you.
Shade wouldn't actually explicitly say what his fear was, but he would say, I experienced the worst event in my life.
Yeah, Karina agrees. Yeah, me too. That was horrible. I hated that.
Falbin comes and pats you on the shoulder and says, "Brighter days will come."
I'm counting on it.
How's Karina responding to this situation?
Ooh, that might be
Nature.
specifically for her.
Right.
What she went through.
Yeah. Yeah, she probably is gonna
She kills the other guy.
just look on.
No.
No. She's gonna go to the other side of the room. She's feeling a little
I'm
queasy.
gonna go to the hut.
Yeah, she'll come in the hut for sure. Yeah, so you guys have you can take a long rest and
Bloop, bloop.
well, before you do that, no, I'm just kidding.
Is everyone asleep?
Not that it matters, but is anyone keeping watch?
You are in a decent enough position where like a watch isn't terribly necessary.
Well defended entrance. Nobody's getting in without going through the hut.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's going to be a full day. So it'll be the next evening when the dragon egg hatches.
Mm-hmm. So, as this ceremony process progresses, I would be talking verbally to the egg.
Okay. Yeah.
Saying things like, "It's not long now, and I'm still here." And then occasionally I would remember that I should talk psychically and say something psychically.
Because that's 8 hours, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay. Whenever you speak psychically to it, it will like pause inside and then sort of swirl in like a very calm, serene motion.
A lava lampy.
Kinda, yeah. And actually, you're getting more time to sort of analyze this, and like though it is egg shaped, this egg is not a natural formation. It's definitely crafted or hewn somehow. This is not an egg that was laid. And with a light source, you can get a bit of a closer look inside, and it's physically like not as dark as it initially appeared. It's kind of an opalescent pale silver color on its scales, and you can see sort of like slicked patches of like bluish green emerald fur on the chin and chest. The horns are very unique in that there's one short horn that curves sort of forward and up from the nose, and then a long horn that curves back and up from the back of the head, sort of looking like a crescent moon.
You will dream about it.
Yeah. But, is there anything going on during the long rest?
During a long rest, no.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, are we now getting into the next day?
Yeah, I just like because some of you don't take the full 8 hours. So,
Right.
Yeah, we'll assume that it is the end of the long rest. It's the morning, and you still have the majority of the day to wait for the egg to hatch.
I would like to. Let's say after the long rest, the hut disappears, so I can leave it. Actually, while we're here, I'm just going to cast the hut again.
Okay.
While we're in this cave, I'm going to keep the plug in the door shut.
Plug in,
Smart.
drain.
Does air go through it?
Only fresh air.
The inside is temperature controlled and perfectly capable of supporting life.
Okay.
I don't know about the air inside the cave.
I don't know.
It purifies.
It wasn't a serious question. It was
Yeah.
just like,
Well, it is.
you were all dead.
I'd like to call the remaining guard over, and I would just be quizzing them. I know they're not the shaman, but just like anything that they would know about the religion of the deity under the mountain and how their sacrifices work, and how often they're performed, what kind of rituals they know of that are performed, who's chosen for sacrifices, everything. Like how the deity came to be, like everything.
I remember about 2 of those. So, his name is Gick, by the way.
Okay.
No, I haven't asked his name.
This
which
is Gick right here?
Yeah.
That gives you an idea of the quality of answers you're going to get.
Totally cool that you haven't asked his name yet. But
Well, we did ask yesterday.
you asked the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one's name.
Oh,
Yep.
was it just the dead
Yep,
one?
Yep.
It was Bach.
Well, we don't care about the living.
Bach.
So. Bach.
With an A.
Bach.
It's a great composer.
I should have been Beethoven.
Wow.
So he doesn't know too much about it. I mean, they have maybe once every moon cycle there will be a representative chosen from a tribe. Each tribe usually offers up one. And so the tribes independently contribute their own sacrifices, or had done so. And it's usually kind of an honorable thing. Like, it's not forced. Like, people are generally excited to be picked. Because, the implication is that it's for the good of the tribe, and you're given great respect in death and all that. So, but as of late, probably the last. You have a question?
No.
Oh.
My computer glitched.
Oh, okay. Probably the last. Maybe like 2-3 years. There has been this growing power in the Firewalker tribe, and you would probably suspect that to be from Sidon's interference.
Yep.
And instead of tribes willingly providing a sacrifice each once a month, it's now raiding parties coming and taking multiple, sometimes more often than that. As often as they can get them.
Different question. Suppose you had to, would it be possible to get your tribe off the island?
He says, why would we do that?
Just speaking hypothetically.
If you were.
We're fine swimmers, but there's the next island it's not possible to swim.
Let's say you had a boat.
How big is your tribe?
His tribe, it's about 350.
Okay. Don't pay that any mind.
He says, all right, yeah, since you asked nicely.
Event and the destruction of fire.
Okay.
destroy the Fire Nation. You can destroy the island.
XP.
We run a milestone campaign for a reason.
At least partway, like, once the ritual's going and everything, and Shade's not necessarily needing to stand there with the entrance plugged, Shade would actually sit down near the entrance and send his echo out, using his senses to run, basically go out and scout around the cave and see if there's anything that's taken notice of our trail and followed us at all.
Okay, fair. Do a perception and then an investigation.
Hey.
Where's Kyra at right now? Is she in the hut?
Which one were we having?
This was Kyra.
That was? Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 16
for the perception. Okay. So with a 16, you do see a few sets of small bipedal tracks that look like are fresher. Well, roll investigation.
That is an 8.
Okay.
There's mud.
They
I didn't see that before.
They look a little bit fresher than your tracks, but the majority of the mud is like right at where that game trail exited and where the stream began. Mm-hmm. So, but it's hard to tell which direction they were going. Mm-hmm. But there are new tracks out there.
Okay. But nothing that seemed to go like investigate the cave.
No, not that you saw.
Okay. All right. Just do that and kind of probably do that every hour. Go out and look for the rest of the day.
Okay.
See if anything changes.
All right. What's the Edgings up to?
First, contemplating cultural differences in funerary rites.
Why would they do that?
And then,
remember the Prime Directive.
Oh, well, I do need to do my Arcane Eye.
Yeah.
So I'll cast that, and why don't I just, like, if we're all going to be here for a while, and I'll just, like, scout it in the direction of, it can't go through the hut, can it?
The hut is effectively a wall of force. It extends into the ethereal plane.
You could walk outside the other side
and
then cast it there.
Okay, I'll do that. And then just sort of send it out into the jungle. Also, looking around for attacks. Yeah, and I can go. And I'll roll my divination die for today, which will be a 3.
Oh, no.
3. That could be great.
It's very good.
Okay, so you send your Arcane Eye up this lava tube.
Yes. I love the way you said that.
Every time I say that, which is multiple times a week, because I'm a big fan of lava tubes.
Yeah.
It just gives me great joy. Because I know what they are. So, you send the Arcane Eye up the lava tube, and the tube, which sort of just gently curved a bit left and right, but mostly remains straight, starts to curve more and more until you are spiraling. You are going in a hard turn, just circle after circle after circle. And
wait, this isn't the way we came down?
This is what your Arcane Eye is seeing.
Oh, right. This is what the
We're getting
fates are
abstract
showing
with
me.
it.
Okay. The fates are showing me something weird today.
Yes. So you are spiraling down, and you are descending quite sharply. So you are now sort of just going down. And you can't really sense heat or cold, but you can see and hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the most similar sight and sound would have been when you first saw the Ultros at the...
I cannot hear.
Okay.
It's just an eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you arrived at the Ultros, which was parked at the Deadfalls, which sort of was a direct shot down into the underworld? There were like listless shades, sort of like salmon, swimming upstream. You see like a shade like crawling up this lava tube on the ground, and then just like and disappear as you approach it.
That's probably nothing to worry about.
Don't read into it.
But then you see it stops spiraling and opens up into a new cavern.
Mm-hmm.
And in this cavern is a field of black lotus flowers.
Whoa.
Massive field with something tall jutting up from the center of it.
Okay.
And then your vision ends. And you are now seeing Shade's Echo sort of walking around outside in the jungle.
Well. So now I'm in the jungle. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was weird.
And you see 343 Guilty Spark come out of the tunnel. Yeah, I hope that made a lot of sense for you.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You haven't been smoking, have you? The Lotus? Not recently.
I can't see.
I can't say.
I mean,
It's
it's pretty clear. I mean, I know.
You know?
Very.
So clear.
Okay. Well, one of us
That
does.
answers so many questions for me.
Right.
Yeah, it really does.
New
Now we
depths of
know the
understanding.
name, the location, the results, and how to get in.
Yep.
Okay, well, good.
Good.
We cleared that up.
Good. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll say Shade on your. Let's say how many hours have passed. It's let me advance the clock by quite a bit. So it was like 6 in the morning, something like that. And we'll say like 5 hours have passed, and so it's just before noon. On your like noonish patrol, you're coming to the exit of the tunnel, which has like vines and stuff concealing.
Vines.
Did I say vines?
Yeah. No, I'm putting the vines up.
Oh, hey,
Vines.
look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Amazing. So, and I would assume you're always a little bit cautious right before you breach the entrance.
You want to look before you just jump out there in case there's enemies. That's why I'm looking.
Yeah. This time you do see, you see a figure, 2 figures move through the trees, like in the jungle.
Stop just inside the mouth of the cave and wait and watch. See if I see movement again or what.
Yeah, they are slowly, methodically moving up the trail that you guys took. It looks like they are scouts.
Do I see anything else about them other than just like figures moving?
You do see faces, and they are red-scaled. Red-scaled lizard folk.
In the cave, Shade, not able to hear, just It looks like there are fire-tried scouts outside the cave.
Oh.
How many hours has it been?
Hours. It's since when?
Yeah,
Since we started the ritual.
Great.
You have about 8 hours remaining.
Can I leave the egg?
You can leave the egg. Yeah.
Okay.
Kyra is there assisting, and like Magus is there.
Okay.
Magus is in the bubble.
Oh right, yeah.
Well, I had news of the scouts, so I'm gonna leave the egg.
Okay.
Sounds like you need assassin work.
So, I mean, Shade's basically just going to watch and see if they try and enter the cave or if they avoid it. Because if they're just going to, like, see that, oh, they went in that cave, we might not have to worry about them and leave, then he's not going to do anything.
Yeah. I'll also come over here and get my crossbow ready, just in case.
And
We
to
need
be
a silent
clear,
takedown.
like, either I'm staying inside the tent or behind it.
So you're in.
I'm not going to be in front of the tent.
You're in the hut.
It is like
200 feet.
like
from
about
where the
200.
hut
Like
is.
you can't see
Yes.
the exit
You'd have
from
to
the hut.
be way up. So you want me in the hut still?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, you cannot
Are you in the hut, the Ajamir?
you can't cast spells from inside the hut.
That's right there.
If a physical object was not inside the hut when it was created, I don't think that it can like be shot out of the hut.
Right.
The hut
I'm just
doesn't
thinking,
camouflage us at all, does it?
I can change the outside, so I can just make like the
Dark or like.
Yeah, like
It's
the,
like
the exterior
stone.
is like it's stone covered, so it's like a lava tube that just comes to an abrupt end.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
So my intent is to like be stealthy and hidden, and if they do come in, then
You can jump
Maybe-
out from the.
maybe they just see it like as the end and they give up their search.
are you in the hut?
No, I'm in the cave.
You're in the cave. So we've got 8 in here right now.
He's his shade.
There's,
Right,
yeah,
it's out in the front.
Yeah,
We're
that's
all
his
in the hut.
consciousness, Yeah, good talk.
Because we want to make sure that
Good talk.
it's dark, so they think it's at a dead end.
So roll a stealth check for your shade.
You did.
You did?
No.
Oh.
He said I'm
you
dead.
did.
That is a 14.
Okay. The two scouts are sort of like crouched down and they're like analyzing the footprints. They're like talking to each other in hushed voices. And
How close have they gotten so far?
it's probably about 35, 40 feet from the entrance.
Okay. Like if they look like they're gonna keep coming, Shade would basically his echo at the same try and keep the same distance and move back into the cave.
Okay. Yeah.
So he also moves silently. It doesn't have to interact with.
That is true.
And doesn't leave footprints or
It
anything.
doesn't
you
leave
can
footprints.
just walk into the stone.
And I could just walk into the stone, but then I won't be able to see.
That's okay. So sometimes it's about stuff.
Okay. So they're not alerted to your presence, but your tracks, all your tracks do lead quite clearly to the cave. So
But there's no tracks coming out.
there are not.
And there's vines.
There are vines.
I don't know how big those vines are.
Homer Simpson fading into this bush. So
I
they
like to fade in, so only my face.
so they're being careful, but they are one of them stays outside, and the other one is going to start slowly entering the tunnel.
Okay, if it starts slowly entering the tunnel, Shade will drop his echo, returning his consciousness to the cave, and say, "One of them seems to be coming inside. Well, you can be ready."
Is he just like waiting just outside, or is he like?
It's like about halfway between the jungle and the wall, so like 15 feet outside the entrance, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
So Fabin will lead over
He's
to Shade
still
and
gone.
say, tactically speaking, if the scouts never return, is that better?
I mean, it depends on if they have any concern about this cave. Obviously, when we entered it, there didn't seem to be any animals or anything going in here. There are 8 now, 9 sets of lizardmen bones in here. If they know anything about it, they might assume that this is just a cursed cave. And if we don't come out, or don't leave footprints coming out, and the scouts don't leave footprints coming out, they might be inclined to just ignore it.
I propose that if they both come down the pipe, they're not leaving.
Absolutely.
It seems like one of them is standing watch outside.
And that's what I would have said. One's coming in, one's staying out.
Okay. So
I would say we'd put the lizardman guide. We would push him back out into the main.
Into the cave?
Yeah, we don't want him to be our first line of defense against the scouts. It's like push him out.
You're dead. Cairo!
Yeah. And then probably keep the dragons back in.
Probably keep the dragons back in.
And, yeah.
Are you moving into the
Yeah,
town?
I'll move into wherever it fits.
Dragons left back here.
She probably wouldn't be in front because he wouldn't want to block
He wouldn't want to be.
Theo.
No, he wouldn't want to be in the front.
And,
There's probably enough room for us all to be there. I just have to.
That's fine. So it'll probably be a few minutes,
Right.
but eventually he will reach your position. So what's
I
What are we doing?
am ready to take a shot if it looks like he is starting to be like, oh, I don't remember this being all dark here. I remember there being a cave, and like tries to swipe at it or something. Then I'm gonna wait for him to stab him in the throat.
Yeah.
And then
I'm holding a reaction
Yeah.
that if he starts to seem like he's gonna either turn around and run back,
Mhm.
or be suspicious,
Yeah.
knife.
yeah, if he runs, then I'll take a shot at him.
Okay.
I want him to get as close as
Well,
possible
I
though,
mean,
because I want
Do
you
you
to
have a
snipe
bow
him.
or something?
Yeah,
or-
crossbow. I said that.
Okay.
I got my crossbow.
I've got a composite longbow.
Yeah.
I'm still working on my silencer.
Just not the howitzer.
No, not the howitzer.
Okay, so we have 2 prepared attacks.
3.
You guys 3.
Composite longbow.
What are
Fuck
you guys
that
doing?
guy.
I'm just waiting. I'm just standing. Because I can't cast spells outside of the dome.
That's true.
Just maintaining the dome.
And Diogenes.
I think they've got it covered.
Can he like reach through the hut and stab?
So the
like
wording
a
is
wall?
that people who were in the dome when I cast the dome can move through it freely. So, like, I would retcon that I'd gather around, like, the main party, cast the dome around us, and then they can go back and do whatever.
I think what you're asking is, can I attack through the dome?
The dome.
I don't know. Like, that seems real.
That's fine.
Real cheesy.
30 feet
like,
of movement and so
Because you're not immune in the dome or anything. Like stuff can still hit you, right?
No.
No.
Nothing,
Oh, it's like a.
Yeah, nothing outside the dome can penetrate it.
I would say the inverse probably.
But people and objects that were within the dome when it was cast can move through it freely.
I see.
So in theory, we can attack
and I rebound
out of it.
And when someone like
suddenly pointy dome.
like touches the outside of the dome, what does it feel like?
Let's go
It's
boom.
a smooth wall of force, I assume.
So it'd just be like glass.
It goes bong.
So he might interpret it as something like an obsidian outcropping in a lava tube.
Okay, I mean, yeah, technically you can. I mean, as long as you don't drop your weapon, you can attack from inside the hut. I mean, there aren't a lot. I guess there aren't a lot of situations where people would keep throwing themselves at your hut, and
you would not be able to pull him in.
Right.
So you could attack out.
But could we
But
grab
could you
him and
grab him and just like choke him through the
that's and like visually, it's just an arm coming out of this stuff. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay?
Shane has a
getting
new
excited.
idea.
So, the lizard folk eventually comes into view of you all in the dome, and he is like hunched, very quietly walking, sniffing, sort of licking the air as he walks. Yep, exactly. And he's like looking at the tracks on the ground, and then eventually gets about maybe 10 feet from what is now a blocked surface to him. So he's gonna make a survival check.
Does sound make its way out of the hut?
It doesn't say specifically. I would assume to a
No.
degree, yeah.
Dampened.
about light?
Yeah, I think sound passes out. So let's get stealth
Take
checks.
from the outside. But
Stealth.
but can't you see through it?
I'll give you all. You can roll it at advantage, but
What about light? Because don't we have torches back in the main?
Light will not pass.
Okay, light will not pass. Okay.
You can do
So,
yours.
that's my... Reach me, Steve.
Oh, I had crashed.
Ah,
That is a 19.
I don't know what I had to my die.
23 for Falvin.
Oh, are we initiativing?
We're
No, that's
we're
stealth.
stealthing.
Stealth.
Because sound does pass through.
and it's
Good 3. We roll
light.
that at advantage.
light doesn't pass through because
We
it's
roll at an
opaque.
advantage, you said.
You didn't say advantage, but I rolled a 7.
7.
At advantage. Ow.
First roll was a 1.
19 plus.
Did I crash it? I rolled a die and it turned black.
You did something bad.
Oh, an 8.
What's it do?
8.
Oh, so much difference.
There we go.
I got,
Your stealth is
17.
plus 3, Diogenes. So
22.
22, 17,
25.
25.
19.
Okay. And who's get insight checks from both of you.
Ew. It's a 9.
I got a +7 inside. I don't know if that.
Well, they're kind of up at the front.
Okay.
What about? I thought Theo was near the front because he's.
17.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Theo can roll too.
17 for Falvin.
17.
For insight.
Oh no, that's you. Sorry.
So you.
I'm specifically standing behind Theo and
22.
Oh, okay.
them, so because I'm much bigger, I don't want to block. them.
Gotcha. Okay, I got you.
So I can shoot
thought-
over
I
their
thought the
heads.
two-
They can't shoot over mine.
Okay, so
20 wisdom.
Falvin, you and Theo see the lizard folk scout. Kind of looks at the wall, like he's like looking right over you, very one-way mirror, and sort of furrows his brow a little bit, and kind of rubs some of the mud from the ground in his fingers, and stands up and starts to walk back down the tunnel. You get the impression that he thinks there's something suspicious happening.
Mm. I throw my dagger.
Okay. And you also attack.
Yeah, as soon as I see him going, I'll wait for him to make sure that it's out of his hand, then I'll shoot as well.
Go ahead and
I'm
roll
right behind Theo. We're all standing ready to.
Oh, you have your bow, right?
Yeah, I have my
okay.
bow.
let's get attacks and damage from all three of you.
25 to hit.
Yep.
20 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah. 7.
24 to hit.
Okay, and damage
7.
7.
That's 12.
Total 19.
10 for me.
Total 29 damage. Between the three of you, your attacks bring the scout down, and he. Yeah.
So I would grab Theo, and I would run forward to where his body's at, and I would want to shove his body into the bag of holding to carry it back through behind the tent.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to fit.
Shake with help. What?
Gross.
I'll get his legs.
Stuff dirty.
Gink is back there. I'm just like.
Bag of holding can pass through, his body can't, and it needs to not be out front.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pocket the scout.
I mean, and the whole idea of like it has to fit through the bag of holding. Shade would be using his strength to shove him in.
Yep.
Slow.
Cool.
Right. And then once the body's out of the way and they start going back, Shade would do what he can to like cover up any work any blood stains or anything into the mud so it's not obvious.
Okay.
So is that the survival roll to
I
try
think
and
it's
basically
survival. Yeah.
Do you want to try to take out the other?
because we don't want to just leave like blood
Can I-
stains.
Can I assist him? I have
Sure.
proficiency.
Sure.
So roll at advantage.
With advantage.
I'm gonna absorb. I'm gonna
That
keep
is
Gick from
eating it.
I'll say Dick is back here, so he can't see what happened.
Right.
So I was just joking.
I'm still gonna burn up the corpse.
Oh, okay.
With the shield. And absorb.
Oh, you could have just with that. Oh no, that just pulls the spirit out of it. Does it actually burn the body?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're gonna use the shield, the lion shield.
That's fine. There was
okay.
like shard something.
So
Let's do it on the other side. Might make nice. That's fine.
Shall we try to take out the other one? Because he's gonna be like,
No,
where's...
it's fine if he wants to come check it out.
these folks are not terribly interesting feature-wise, but
I mean, a lot of guys dying here.
you can use an action to gain the lizard folks' ability to hold their breath for 15 minutes.
That's cool.
Ooh, that's a long time.
This is my Mega Man feature.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I rolled a 21 on my survival to cover up what
Okay.
evidence of what happened.
Yeah,
burn
you
him.
do a very good job.
You
It's
burned
like
him.
he was never there.
So we get him out to the other side. We pull him out of the bag. You incinerate his body.
Yep.
It's taken care of.
Okay.
There is full service,
There is still the second
Yep.
scout that is waiting outside.
which is fine.
Yeah, we'll all be in the hut again.
I'm gonna
Same
prepare a
thing.
reaction
Same thing.
for if a
And-
scout comes in.
Yeah. Same.
Shade's gonna basically take a knee in the bubble and summon his echo just outside the bubble and have it start scouting down the tunnel to see if the scout sees any evidence of the scout coming.
I mean, it is a dark shadow in a dark lava
Yeah.
tomb. So
Let's get another stealth at advantage. Well, no, not advantage because eyes are like keenly on this.
That is a 20.
20. Okay.
Is that not 20?
No.
So you come within about 10 feet of the exit, just close enough where you can see out. You know, it's still daytime outside, and the lizard folk is very very intently watching, waiting every now and then, you know, checking his peripheral. You see a flying creature, sort of like more of a shadow of it, sort of pass over. Looks like it's doing like a circle above. Yeah, exactly. And whatever the equivalent of a lizard folk looking at their watch would be, that's sort of what you get. Like,
my echo will. Shade will convey that to the party. Just looks to be he's getting anxious, but hasn't entered the cave and hasn't left. And Echo would pull back basically to the farthest turn that he can be at and still see if anything would come in and out of the entrance.
Like 40, 50 feet, something like that.
And just wait.
Okay. About 5 minutes passes, and you can still just barely see the shape of the scout out of the entrance. You can't really see like fine details or facial expressions, but he turns and marches into the jungle.
He left for the jungle. And convey that to the party.
Yeah.
And I'd still stand there for a while after this, waiting.
I'm like Bob anyway.
Is that good? Surely that means that he's going to report something.
Yeah, he's going to report.
Right.
Well, there's already 8 dead lizardmen bodies, though.
But they are
He didn't see that.
very old. Like they are bones.
Yeah. Basically, like it was. They arranged that one scout would go in and another one would wait, and if the first scout didn't return in a certain amount of time, then report back, probably to return in force.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that.
Did you want to run after him with your shade and then switch places? And as you switch places, you're already swinging.
I'm going to get a beer. So
Yeah, I'll take a blue moon.
Not good.
It's like, Shade's not going to do that because he's limited on range. Like, and especially with something flying overhead, he doesn't want to have something see him come out of the cave.
That's true.
Unless, like, what do you guys like? Starts tapping him to be like, come back so we can do something.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to have done something while we were waiting for this, communicating while the guard was still waiting outside.
Okay.
It's like I kind of like looked to the rest of the group. Should I try to trick him?
What do you mean?
Should I try to trick the remaining guard out there?
How?
I'm going to have the image of his friend crawl out, mutter that the cave is cursed, and disintegrate.
I like that.
I like that.
Let's do that.
I feel like we're a bit late for that.
Okay.
We're maybe 2 or 3 scenes past that
2 or 3
opportunity,
scenes
I
past.
think. I do like that, but yeah. So he's gone. You don't know when he might return or who might return, but
Or if it's even a problem.
The question
Could be
there
you just
is,
wanna get rid of that guy.
would it be something that Magus would have thought to do as soon as Shade told him the guard is leaving? Like something make noise or something to draw his attention back, and then have that come before he just marches off completely.
yeah.
Just say because Shade did provide that real time. So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if we're not retconning to like when he was still waiting outside, then that's cool with me.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, you say, all right, here goes. Drops the dome. I did prepare a major image today.
Okay. You're gonna have to kind of like hustle down the tunnel because it's like 100 yards.
Yeah, so well, let's see what the range on major image is.
I'm built for libraries.
Because major image, you can make sound.
Yeah.
So you could have him like scream or something.
Yeah, it has a range of 120 feet.
It's 200 feet to the entrance.
I'm really kind of book it halfway down the tunnel, and then I'm going to create the image of what I saw the body that they killed. Like I'm gonna have it scream and stumble out and fall to the ground and mutter "cursed" in Draconic, and then this kind of rapidly decay, almost like a super rapid fungus, and then just decay into the ground.
Okay.
Are you? So now it's the roll to see whether or not he hears the scream and would turn around or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a 10-minute. It's a 10-minute duration. So,
because you could do like a scream and then like running footsteps type thing,
like a sequence of effects.
Yeah, but the thing is, because I'm staying in the tunnel while I'm casting this, because I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, I'm not going to see their reaction outside the tunnel. So this is just my thoughts on what's happening.
Right.
Scream, running, stumbling, running, fall down, mutter cursed, rapidly decomposed into dust.
Okay. I think what we'll do then, since it is uncertain how attentive your audience is going to be, I want you to roll a d20 just as a pure luck roll.
Sure.
Is that a luck sound effect?
That was a 3.
Okay. Do you want to inspire that, or
Yes, be inspired. Yeah.
I have 1 inspiration left, and we intend on fighting the main sacrifice today.
Do we want to fight other things?
Would someone be willing to lend me an inspiration to do this?
Take my inspiration.
Okay.
I have I need to minus 1 now.
It's a 1.
That is a 17.
Okay.
Good call.
All right. You have a pretty good feeling about it.
I mean, Shade's echo. Do I see?
Oh yeah, because you're still.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, gotcha.
Shade is not privy to this. All he would see the image come out and be like, "What is going on?" and be kind of the
maybe like
hidden
you
audience.
can see the image sort of coalesce from the weave, and then as it sort of comes to the exterior and becomes this sequence.
Falvin would have whispered it into your dumb ear.
Again.
I appreciate that. That helps.
You're
so
welcome.
So you see the lizard folk scout that was
clearly marching,
moving into the jungle.
Yeah.
You hear him and see him stop and whip around.
Whip it.
and just after he whips around, he does see the dying, decaying, rotting form of his companion crawl out of the cave and say, "Curse."
In Draconic.
In Draconic. Yeah, and he grabs like a necklace of his and like mutters some like terrified verbiage. And then sprints into the jungle.
This isn't worth minimum wage.
Shade would let his echo dissipate and like coming back to where the bubble had been, he'd be, whatever you did, it worked. Magus is still like almost 100 feet away.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, where's Magus?
Magus has disintegrated.
Okay.
Is your
You
shade
successfully
It just
solved my
you did all.
scout puzzle.
When you come back to your real body, Falmon's whispering something about knife sharpening techniques.
Shade will just be like, actually, I prefer the multi-stage whetstone.
It's a little controversial, but
But I can understand why you like that one.
your edge geometry
Just
sounds
kinda
like
like
risque.
Now I'll come back to the cave and say, so should I put the hut back up?
Whatever you did worked. He was terrified.
Yes, I think you should put the hut back up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You're not sure, but you have a feeling that
Yes.
they're not going to suspect, like enemies. More like just a natural bad place.
Yep.
If
If
anything,
enemies went there.
if anything, they might suspect that we're all dead.
Yeah,
We hope.
for sure.
That's the ideal.
I mean, to be fair, they don't know who you are.
But they saw the tracks going in, so hopefully they think.
And not coming out.
Yeah.
Which is why I had him disintegrate.
Yep. Totally. Okay. Cool.
You want to take a pause there?
We'll pause. Take a break. And you won't even know.
Right?
Let's blaze it. Okay. Cool. We're back. Only
A moment
a
later.
moment later. Okay, where are we? So you guys had just killed one of the Firewalker scouts that were coming to check the place out, and you successfully terrified and scared off the other scout. We are still working on hatching the egg, and yeah.
All right. Time's progressing. Tick tock,
It's
tick
progressing.
tock, tick tock.
So we'll say unless you guys are initiating anything.
No.
I wouldn't be initiating anything, but I would have Shade have his echo stand guard just inside the mouth of the cave and watch just in case anybody else comes back to investigate.
Yep.
Shade's Echo standing guard. Anything else?
Anything else? Okay, so the sun basically fully sets, and the jungle outside gets very dark. It is a mostly full moon, so there's a little bit of light outside. Are you with the egg?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
See?
Yeah. The crystal inside, like the inner surface of the crystal, begins to glow. Not the outside, the inside surface. And the item that you have sacrificed as part of this ritual is gone. And you can see actually small physical changes happening with the dragon inside. You can see the claws and fangs like grow slightly and sharpen. They look a little more like serpent fangs now, or like snake, not what's the difference? Like a venomous snake. And the glow begins to sort of like diffuse and focus into a like one point that, in sort of a violent manner, shatters like rock candy, just sort of like ricocheting off the ceiling. It's very different than the dragon sort of prying its way out. Like it's like the magic of the ritual itself is what releases the dragon from this basically prison. And she sort of pours out with a bit of help, and just sort of oh no, girl, you huge. And so she's sort of just laying exhausted on the floor of this cave.
I would say welcome, and you're free.
Yeah. She looks at you and thank you. I'm glad you came and found me. What is it like outside?
Right now, it's night. It's dark.
When will it be not dark?
In a little while.
I think I want to sleep.
You should rest. You've done hard work.
She I was gonna say she climbs up on your shoulder, but this is way too big for that. Ouchie.
Like a giant dog.
But no, she sticks by your side, and like wherever you are, sort of, it's coming to the end of the day. Wherever you are posting up, she is right there with you. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Kyra's like, it's everyone. Okay. Any preparations for? Well, actually, are you guys leaving out tonight, or are you going in the morning? Oh, that's not you. What? There was like a bird sound effect that was like. I thought it was you. Like,
oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
you hear it. Yeah.
She needs to rest. So.
Do lizard men have dark vision?
Good question.
Probably. They're lizards.
Lizard folk. It doesn't say that they do.
Only if you
In
move.
that case, nighttime might be a good time. Because most of us have it, right?
Yeah.
But Falcon's dragon needs to sleep.
Yeah. See y'all later.
She doesn't.
Yeah, like, do you guys want to just go now tonight?
I feel like try.
I mean, maybe rest for at least let his dragon rest for a couple hours or something. Get some.
Let it get, and it can get like fully night.
Yeah, and then go from there.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like she said she needed rest. Let her rest, and then go from there.
Okay.
I want to use my 3
for
for anything.
I
mean, like, I want to get going so I can use my 3.
Yeah.
I just really like screwing someone over.
Yes.
Might be a great time to mess up like a watch person's perception check.
Oh, fine. So boring.
True, just saying. All right.
Okay, so you guys wait a couple hours. Your dragon gets a bit of sleep, and you're able to sort of like clean her up a little bit, and such a strange looking dragon, like just so different compared to all the others so far. Like it's hard to really fathom that this is like a natural, creature, like fully natural.
I'll just straight up ask. Somebody want to describe it?
Yeah, so it has that like opalescent silvery scales, and then there are like rings and patches of like dark green fur.
Dark green, light blue, teal.
Yeah. And then the horns, instead of being just like dragon horns or whatever, it's like a snout horn that curves up, and then a back of the head horn that also curves up. And so like the profile is like a crescent moon, which is very odd.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Has your dragon lore fired yet?
I have at least one guess, but we'll roll with it, see what comes up.
Yeah, I mean, Kyra has no idea. She's it's like I've never seen a dragon like this in my expertise, so Aesop might know more, but I have no idea. Yeah. So a couple more hours go by. We'll say like 11 or midnight.
So I just want to make sure that, like, if we do this, we're not going to get exhausted for staying up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we want to be well rested before we have.
I mean, we basically didn't do anything all day.
True.
I mean, we killed someone.
Yeah, what are the rules on that?
I imagine like it's not like on a set 24-hour scale, but if we go a day without rest, I think that will affect us.
Psychologically, physically, mentally.
Yeah, if you go without a long rest, you have to succeed on a con save or take an exhaustion level.
And will that be happening tonight? When does that take effect?
How much time do we need to rest to not have that?
Well, long rest is typically 8 hours.
So if we, what time is it now? Did the sun just go down?
Yeah, so the sun would have just gone down.
Whenever you end a 24-hour period without finishing a long rest. So your long rest ended at like 6 in the morning, something like that. So if you get around to 6 in the morning without taking a long rest, you'll then be exhausted.
We slept now for 8 hours. The sun just went down. You would be up at like 3 in the morning.
When the dragon hatched, if we basically started our
like
long
8
rest,
p.m.
then we'd be heading
like
out
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, but then it would get till daytime before we get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So would we really want? It's like
if you leave now, you'll get there before the exhaustion kicks in.
Or at least possible exhaustion.
Possible
I guess
exhaustion.
traveling at night in the jungle does seem really dangerous. But
I mean, there's only things like Tyrannosaurus rexes.
Yeah, I can't see shit.
it's true. You make a good point.
So do we want to wait for the day or just try and travel through the night?
I think we should vote it.
Vote it.
Wait till the day.
Day.
I'll go along with that.
Okay.
We're sleeping.
So you'll sleep. That'll be like 4 in the morning.
I mean, at this point, I think we'd just be waiting until dawn, effectively.
Yeah.
Well, we could head out like right before the sun comes up so we can get some time started. Because I assume the sun's probably coming up at like 6 or something.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to attempt something requiring a roll? Relatively unimportant. Make something.
I can attempt a check to see what kind of dragon it is.
You roll a 3.
It's a spooky dragon.
Oh, see, now I've got a 12. Oh well.
It's right in the middle.
You roll 3.
That's funny.
What kind of dragon is that? It's a
I stare at you.
It's a spooky dragon.
Good. I mean, personally, I was gonna go with odd or weird, but okay, spooky works. Spooky works.
So are you gonna head out like 4 a.m. or yeah? Okay. So that time comes around and like dragon is still asleep. What do you do?
I would kind of nudge her a little bit, kind of like a gentle.
Mm-hmm. She like startles for a second, but is steadied. Where are we going? What is it Draconic and Common? Draconic and Common. She speaks Draconic and Common. I'm assuming, unless you elect a different language than Common.
I'll stick with Common.
Okay, it's up to you.
Sure, don't want to pick a different one.
I'm really looking at one of them, but
It's up to you. I mean,
Most can.
You can.
Most people
Thieves can't.
I was actually debating Giant.
I mean, most people in the party speak Draconic.
I think,
So.
But I do not.
Oh, you don't.
So.
Oh, right. So if it was Giant, you would have to remain attuned to the soul person,
which is interesting. So. It's several layers of interesting.
We'll say Common for now. If you want to change it before next session, that's fine. Okay. Where are we going?
I'm sorry to wake you, but you remember what you were dealing with, where you came from? This island is dealing with a similar evil, and we are off to help the island.
So you're like making the connection between her and entrapment in this egg and the Titan's entrapment.
Yes.
Okay. And we're gonna help them too.
I think so.
Okay. I slept really well.
Oh, good.
I don't think I haven't rested before, really. That was nice. I can't wait to do it again.
For longer.
Every parent's dream. They can't wait to sleep a full 8 hours.
Won't be long.
He's a napper.
Won't be long.
If Shade overhears this, he would offer that if you guys were both fine with it, he could carry her across his shoulders and let her sleep while we hike. He'd be willing to be jostled in her sleep.
He's got broad shoulders.
I can carry a medium character. That's not a problem.
What does it cost to run the tensor disc?
10 minutes, and it lasts for an hour, I think.
So that wouldn't get you all the way. I like that. I mean, like,
if we get ambushed,
I'm willing to offer.
Be delayed.
She looks at you for like approval of the idea, but
if she wants to continue carrying
me as well. That's the ritual.
yeah, I mean, like
50 minutes an hour you're carrying me.
You have to sort of like bend over to let her up, but she gets up there, and you have that sort of like fuzzy Cerberus cloak, and like she just goes to sleep immediately.
Figured he'd kind of like wedge up his bedroll so she wouldn't like roll off the back and tail and head.
It's a bit of a flat surface.
Yeah.
And
she's
big,
I know.
But you're
just like I imagine like for Shade it would be something like this.
You're just like firemen carrying her.
Yeah, basically, and he could just have one arm up while we keep her from falling off. Like, I imagine Zarion is slightly jealous of this, but he would understand. Like, she came from a rough place.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you guys head off in the same direction you were.
Wait, just asking Falben, does she have any like levels of exhaustion or anything?
Not officially, but like I think we had sort of narrated it that like within the day like 24-hour period that they hatch, they're they're very sleepy.
Okay. Sorry, I was just double checking. For a second there, I thought lesser restoration could cure a level of exhaustion, but that's greater restoration.
Ah, okay.
Because Zarion can cast lesser restoration once a day.
That's very cool.
So he would be willing to do that if it helped.
All right, yeah. Okay, so you guys start venturing off in the northward direction, closer to the base of the volcano. Yeah.
While we travel, are you still trying to collect, and Shade is guiding, or
well, given that you're like incapacitated, as it were, because like you're doing this and carrying something heavy, you can't be like.
I can still be looking around. It's not...
I'll be doing pathing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Because the lizard folk are they can't see in the dark, and like they're very comfortable in the jungle, and it is a mostly full moon, but it is still
Wait, they can't see in the dark.
They don't have dark vision.
Oh. Gaius mask.
Oh.
Whoa.
Differences in facial features aside, okay, yeah.
It's magical, so magical items normally conform to the wearer.
This one doesn't.
Oh, okay.
But
interesting.
But like I'll say, like it's a bit awkward.
The lizard man is filled with wrath for you.
Wait a second, give me that one.
You're not my real father.
We'll say you won't have disadvantage on perception with that. So
because we kind of need to make sure that they point us in the right direction, and we don't really want to be walking around with torches.
Fair.
They need to be able to recognize landmarks.
Yeah. Totally.
So I'm like following him and helping make sure that we're like not walking through dangerous issues and
survival roll.
Oh, that was fast. That'll be up here. Survival. 16.
16. Okay. You're able to, with not a ton of room for error, but you are able to spot some more of a hazardous flora and navigate around it. And the guide, what was his name? Gick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's about 2 hours later, and the sun is like starting to rise, and you find yourself, staring up the very now steep incline of the volcano with this wisps of more like wisps, more like pretty decent plumes of dark smoke coming out the top of it. And he points at.
Don't make me.
He points at a. You can see a hole in the side of the volcano, about 100 feet up, a bit of a scramble. But there is a hole there, and he basically says that that's where the entrance to the main entrance to the caldera is.
Okay. Are we trying to go to the main caldera, or are we trying to go to the fire tribe? Are the fire tribe at the main caldera?
The ones in charge of the sacrifices are at the caldera.
Yeah, that's where they hit.
The main tribe is like 700 lizard folk.
That sounds great.
You'll die. You guys are very powerful. I promise you, if you take on the better part of 1,000 lizard folk, you'll die.
We don't have to take them on all at one time.
All right.
No, we want to go to the...
If y'all want to do that, we're going to stop here.
Okay. How well guarded and surveilled is this entry into the caldera?
Does Gick know?
There's usually guards inside.
Right.
Kyra says, got a bit of a tickle. I think I'm getting something. but I'm not. I'm here. But I'm getting something more that way. Still like against the base of the volcano, but she's pointing to a spot about 200, 300 yards away from the entrance spot. So I don't know what's over there, but something inside me, which the list of what it could be is very short. I don't know.
Why would the Titan potentially be telling Cairo where we should be going, but then specifically state the guides need to lead us here?
The guides got us.
And then pointed us somewhere else.
Guides got us to the general area. Now the Titan is directing us to a specific location that the guides may not know about. That
Could be as we get closer, her influence is stronger.
Well, I think we should check it out, I guess. That's my stance.
Before we do, like you said, it's like the sun's starting to come up. Like it hasn't actually.
It's dawn.
Okay, I would quick RP thing.
Yeah.
As like right before dawn, Shade would basically tell Falcon like, "Hold up, hey sleepy one, you're gonna want to see this," and get Zerion and Gagarios. Take her up to the top of the canopy and watch the sunrise.
Aww. Okay, yeah.
So they would just fly, not to like get out of the canopy, but just get up so they can see the sunrise over the horizon.
It's okay, yeah.
You don't ask who to go to? I see.
Rue?
No, I mean you didn't say so.
Rue, go!
No, he's not included.
Physical dragons only.
I see how the division's gonna be.
And if I go up there with them, I'll catch the sunlight, and then they'll be all distracted by my majesty.
Big deal.
My Sapena!
I don't know what where they're grabbing to, but the two of them for sure.
Well, I mean, she has wings, right? She can fly.
This is
Or
my
does she not have
this
wings?
is my
Right, I thought you
elevation.
meant they were carrying
No,
her. up
he
there.
was like they were going to accompany her because we can't all fly. So
Okay,
we don't want to just send her up there by herself. Like, hey, go alone by yourself. You don't know what you're doing. Cool, have fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Rue, go with him.
This is the flying
Show him how to catch a
platform.
she sees Gagaros and Zerion stretch their wings out to get ready to fly, and she's never done that before. So she stretches her wings out, and it's very sort of peacocky,
Very cocky.
yeah. And she looks at her own wings and looks at theirs, and she watches and waits for their lead. It's definitely awkward chicken flying at first, but they're. You tell me what your dragons What are their approaches to this? Are they? Do they say anything? How do they go about it?
Zerion at least would be kind of almost take on the instructor role. Oh, this is how you move your wings, and he would be right there with her to try and okay, watch out for this. You're gonna watch. You want to swing wide of the branches. You want to do this. He would be trying to be the lecturer, the instructor,
doing the flight check.
type of thing.
Okay.
And Gagaros would just immediately take off, come back, take off, come back. You guys coming?
Would Nameless be part of this at all?
I'm encouraging Nameless to participate, even though he doesn't really understand the point.
Because
is Nameless ethereal right now? Because if he is, we can't see.
So you actually can.
You can't. Okay.
He just, he's present. I don't. I let him come back to not being ethereal, but he still doesn't I don't know. Does he feel warmth? Right.
No.
And presumably the sun just makes him fade a little bit, so he doesn't really understand.
So he just doesn't really get it.
But I'm but sometimes it's good to just go and be part of the group.
I love the white ice.
And how have Zerion and Gagaros reacted to Nameless so far?
Zerion, at least, is just kind of like, I don't know about this. Like, because he is, light and healing, and here is a ghost. Like, he's picked up on enough to know, like, what it is. He doesn't really entirely know what it means, but he's just like, this is odd. So he's not entirely, like, comfortable. He's not, like, shunning him or anything. He just is awkward around him.
Sure.
I don't know. He's kind of boring. Doesn't really like to play.
Okay. And so with your encouragement, Nameless goes with. Does Rue go too, or no?
Yes.
He goes too. Okay. How does Rue like spend that time?
He's like the mischievous uncle.
Uh-huh.
So like he'd be trying to be like, oh, you should see if you can find some birds there, and trying to get him into trouble, but have fun at the same time.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. Cool.
Masters would really like it if you brought them a bird.
Yeah, I'm sure Shade would love it.
So you all watch as the 5 of them, in different stages, fly up, and you see them breach the canopy and begin to catch the.
The sun.
And it's cool because the sunlight is interacting with all of them very differently. Like the gold is just it's like a hidden city. Being for the mummy, the golden treasure trove being illuminated, and then Zerion is like. It's like another sun, it's not yellow, it's not white, but it's radiant and beaming, and he's like rivaling the sun in his own little way. And then Rue is, he's Rue. He's the most comfortable out of all of them up there because he's been doing it for years.
Old hand.
So he's flying, he's flying circles around him. And then Nameless is just like. Like, is he even like flapping his wings? Like, he's
just floating up,
just kind of watching the others.
He clips through the canopy.
And the Falvin's new dragon is following them, and you can see her squint when the sunlight finally interacts with their flight path. And there's a bit of discomfort. Like you get the feeling that daylight isn't quite her favorite, but it is a new experience and it is a comforting one, if albeit a little vulnerable. But the fact that she has protection and guidance up there is good. So,
like she said, when it's not dark in the cave, it's like, here,
this is
the not dark.
Get you some inspiration for that. Enjoy it. I like that. Okay, so they spend, a few minutes up there. I would assume you guys probably told them to keep it brief.
Yes.
Okay.
It's basically just until the sunlight.
17 hours later.
Looks like Rue got him into more trouble than
There's like 19 Firewalker police cars just like in a circle. Back up. So they come back and your dragon makes kind of a stumbly landing, and that was neat. It was warm. I liked it. Hey, they all have cool names, but what am I?
Would you like a name?
I think so. I mean, even Nameless. It feels like a name. It feels like something they call him.
Should probably be the name should be named.
Named?
You got some serious side eye just now. It's something Rue would say though.
How do you get a name? Is it just random?
I can give you one if you'd like it.
I would, yeah.
How do you feel about Reldrissa? Reldrissa?
It sounds fancy. If you think it, yeah, if you think I'm fancy enough for it, sure.
There it is.
Whoop, there it is.
There it is.
Good night, everybody.
All right. This moment brought to you by
Maybe it's
Maximum.
there. It is.
Okay, so all right. So there is a direction of a potential side entrance to the caldera, and that's I think where you guys are going.
I will also mention to the party before we go, like, I chose to prepare today invisibility again. So if we want to, I can make up to 4 creatures invisible for an hour as long as I am holding concentration on that.
Okay. Cool.
We like
Sounds
that.
good.
Is there a size limit on that?
It's medium creatures, I think.
Let me check.
I wanted to make an invisible T-Rex for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
that one probably confuses
can you imagine if you were riding an invisible T-Rex?
I think it just says a creature you touch becomes invisible.
We need to make a
Okay.
side track.
This is interesting. Is a Titan?
It's not greater invisibility; it's just invisibility.
It's just invisibility. The thing with greater invisibility is that you can take actions while invisible.
Which is very nice.
Yeah.
I believe a Titan is a creator rather than a creature.
But isn't everything
Hmm?
a creature?
Not if it's a creator.
Well, what if something created the creator?
Then it is both.
Yeah, it's
It is both.
any size. That's well. Okay.
It's confident.
So yeah, I can do that.
Okay, perfect. So, you head off towards the secret side entrance, and
Secret side entrance.
secret side entrance. What is this our marching order?
I don't know. I just put him out there. Does this look good to everybody?
Yeah, I assume Shade's not carrying.
Yeah, you were in the back when you're carrying. Are you in the front now?
What's your name?
Reldrissa.
Weldrissa.
Rodrissa.
Real Drus.
I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce that as Weldrissa all the time.
It's well dressed.
You said it right.
I said Weldrissa,
Oh.
not Reldrissa.
Yeah, you used a W. The welder.
I know, like I said.
Falbin would want to try to be in the front as we're probably about to engage
You'd like to be in the
stealthy,
front. You'd like to
murderous
be-
operations.
The very front.
Very front.
Right. What about you? You want to be in the back, front?
I want to be near the front.
You want to be near the front.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to make sure
You
I
want to
can
be in the front with Falbin?
I would
you want-
probably be one step, like a couple steps behind
A couple
Falcon
steps
because
behind
he's sneakier.
Falbin.
But I want to be close enough that I can interpose myself between Falbin and a T-Rex.
Just in case.
Falbin makes dumb choices sometimes.
Magus, you're behind the.
So remember that the
other-
T-Rex was being ridden by a blue tribe.
Okay. And I'll be in the back, and then there
That
are
doesn't
two
mean
companions.
Red Tribe doesn't have T-Rexes,
That's true.
or there are not feral T-Rexes running around.
That is true. That is true.
Invisible. T-Rex.
Well, now we're...
Weren't y'all discussing something about the dragons sort of taking up a rearward position?
Probably.
Should all the dragons be in the back then?
Probably hanging near the back to be able to...
And like Corinna sort of sticking with them?
Do you
I
disagree with
think
that?
Magus will stick with them as well, just because we
Yeah.
have 4 we have 4 like non ethereal dragons now. And so like if need be he can turn them all invisible.
That's cool.
Yeah, that.
So keep them.
No, I would. Yeah,
Still keep
they
them-
should be in the back. The only caveat
back.
I would make is I don't want them all the way in the back where there
Not
are
all
no
the-
ones there to support them.
Maybe Corinna can take up the rear.
So yeah, if Magus and Corinna are back there, they'd
Magus and
feel a lot better.
well, Magus is in the middle. He's not.
We're just trying to make this difficult for you, moving the actual miniatures around. You realize this, right?
You said you wanted a job.
This isn't a job. This is work.
What?
I'm just kidding. Jobs get paid.
Okay, so all right.
So we're approaching a potentially
Yeah, so,
semi-secret opening.
Well, we'll have Kyra sort of also up at the front because she's.
Oh, now Kyra's in the front.
Now Kyra's in the front.
Okay, well.
She's got us a swiftness. She could just zip, 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 zip.
And then
zip,
our guide is up there too.
Goblin is on high alert.
Totally, yeah. So you go into a pretty thick part of the jungle, very at the base of the mountain.
Oh yeah, thick.
Very thick. Thank you. And then you find a very narrow crevice. Not a lava tunnel or a lava tube specifically, but a lava
crevasse.
A lava crevasse.
A lava crevasse.
Which I hope is real.
Basically a mountain crack.
A crack in the mountain, yeah.
Mountain crack.
Mountain crack. Crack in the butte. The butte crack.
What?
This is serious business.
Sorry.
I'm just moving this also we have one
Totally.
draw.
So, Gick gives you one last piece of advice. He just says that
Be true to yourself.
he says the Firewalkers have made themselves very comfortable here. It is possible that their king might be here.
Ooh.
Overseeing stuff. And but there might also be kidnapped lizard folk.
I see. How would we know if they're kidnapped?
They'll probably be in cages or something.
And most likely
Do we want to free all lizard folk? This is a decision the party should make.
That's the video game karma thing.
I think it would help as a distraction.
Okay.
So, like, I could make you and you alone invisible, and you could just go along the line picking all the locks.
Yes, that is a thing that we could do.
Yes, that is a thing.
I just want
And
to
then
point
you go
out
up and stab the king.
that
I like this.
we've had 2 tribes try to kill us.
Yes.
One of them may be in these cages.
Yes.
Not every cage we open will necessarily mean an ally.
Well,
No. Like, I'm not counting on allies. I'm counting on pandemonium.
Pandemonium. Love that guy.
I mean, if we want to send me in and I'm invisible and I'm alone.
There's going to be a bunch of dead lizard folk when we get up there.
I will keep that as an option. I'm not putting that forth as the thing we do right now.
Try to keep them alive.
Well, we don't know what we're getting into.
Right.
Making an attack cancels the.
Yeah.
Making an attack cancels it.
Correct. So
or casting a spell.
But
It's
actions really
such as picking the locks do not.
It's really challenging because I would have to restrain myself.
Mm-hmm. Shade's stance is any lizard folk that is in a cage should be treated as a potential ally until they prove their intentions otherwise, and then they're an enemy.
Okay, so we're going in under the case that all lizard folk are evil except for the ones that look exactly the same in the cages that we're going to set free.
Right.
Or are we saying certain scales are evil?
We're saying all
rules of engagement are important.
I think we need to establish what it is we are trying to do here.
Yes.
Loot.
If by loot you mean free a Titan and hopefully gain allies of the island in general, yes.
Everything to the most.
I don't know how we are going to free the Titan from here. I don't know how we're going to free the Titan at all. I think our main objective in this engagement is to completely remove their ability to continue making sacrifices to Sidon. And so that means taking out shamans. It means, if possible, taking out or taking hostage the king, and potentially destroying the facility that they have to store and transport and offer up hostages.
I can agree with those objectives. I still go back to if there are blue and red and whatever yellow, the other tribe we haven't met yet, scales in there, are they enemies? Or are we saying only the red scales are enemies? What is our stance here?
Shade's perspective, at least. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if you anyone who's tied up doesn't need to be killed, and if you release them, then you don't need to defend yourself from them unless they attack you first. In which case,
Okay, but they're going to look exactly like everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, except basically we're going under with the information of effectively the entire red tribe is
Instigator.
is following Sidon.
Yeah.
So unless we see specific red tribe prisoners, anything red is an enemy.
I agree.
Blue is the next on the list. If they are free walking around, they are an enemy. If they're a prisoner, probably not. Yellow, unknown. We react to that as we see it.
Is there a way that I could that we have to maybe mark prisoners?
Well, sure.
Not easily.
Absolutely.
I think
Sharpie.
Sharpie.
I think that what we should do to start off with is turn you invisible and just do reconnaissance.
Okay.
And because it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
And then if you could do the comms at the same time before we get into combat.
Ooh, that is good. Yes. So, all right, yeah, I will. So I establish the psychic link between us all, and then turn Falbin invisible.
Okay.
And Falbin can do reconnaissance.
Okay.
And we can be communicating as he is doing that.
Real-time information.
I have chalk. We can ground it up, put it in a pouch. You can put a chalk mark on any.
Or could
prisoner.
Falbin just describe the prisoners?
I mean, they're going to look like all the other lizard folk.
Okay, that is racist.
Not to be xenophobic, but
It's like, because, I mean, in theory, just a touch isn't necessarily an attack. You could just chalk on your hand and just be like.
No, a touch does 0.00001 damage.
So
just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, nope, we're just killing them all.
Vegas is willing to operate under the conditions of treat all reds as enemies, treat all others as neutral unless they take hostile action.
Yeah, simple enough. Okay.
Kill the reds.
is everybody
You're not going to like this.
Harkening back to what we were told, because Magus has better memory than I do. Was it that the entire red tribe was in on it, or it was just the leadership that had been changed over to Sidon and was? And the common people were
for several years,
brought along with them.
For several years, the king has been, converting. Converting the tribe to. They by all means are probably not.
It's a cult.
Silent
They
is
drank the
great,
Kool-Aid.
but most of them, a lot of them.
Okay, so we're going Dracula. There are no more innocents. Burn Malekli.
That is not what I said. I said it is a very prominent, popular position, but like any large group of people, it's going to be different.
I mean,
do note though that you are going into what is essentially a military outpost.
Yes, yeah, which is why reconnaissance first.
Yeah,
A fort.
this is not going to be where there is residential housing.
Okay.
Most likely.
Does everybody agree with the plan?
yes.
Okay,
Diogenes? Theo?
Yep.
Okay. We're going in. I'm invisible. We've got our psychic link.
So let's see. Psychic link between 5 core party members. Corinna.
Probably. How many people can you do?
9.
9.
Let me double check that number. 8. Okay. 5 core party members. Corinna, Kyra, because she has a link to the Titan. And who's our 8th?
Nameless.
Nameless
He can go ethereal. He can be invisible.
and Nameless.
Ethereal's still not invisible.
That's true.
This okay.
Okay.
I thought we just
But I
treated
do
it as
think,
if it was.
let's say Zerion. Let's put Zerion in charge of the dragons.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I establish the psychic link. That lasts for an hour. And then I turn Falbin invisible, which lasts for an hour.
I feel like it was like, the oldest.
I'm the senior dragon. Is it because I'm metal?
A tin man.
I'm a real dragon.
All right.
It's because you said I had a skill issue in casting feather fall.
Just died.
I think I said skill issue.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't trust you to take us down.
All right. So I'm going into the entrance. I'm invisible. I'm moving with stealth, but at moderate speed.
Okay.
I'm going at moderate speed. Moderate speed. I'm going to look at this at moderate speed. Moderate speed.
It's this kind of
Two.
beautiful stuff you miss out on.
It really is.
You should see how much happens when the mic is off. I'm going at moderate speed.
Moderate speed. Moderate. I'm Magus doing smart things.
What is your passive perception?
Passive perception. Looking it up right now.
It's pretty low, like 30.
Yeah.
Why is it
Needs to be worked on.
It does not appear to be listed on this current screen, which is confusing me.
Oh, party overview.
Normally it's listed here.
Wait.
It's
Oh man.
it should be the one in parentheses.
I don't have a parenthetical on my screen.
Don't?
No.
He doesn't have a parenthetical hypothetical.
Well, you're just out of luck.
I am.
Yes.
I think it's just 8 plus your Wait.
I wish we
Oh
had found
God! I should know this. Passive
sorry.
perception.
I think it's 10 plus your bonus
I like that.
because that's
I'll
what
tell you
mine
what it
comes
is,
out
then.
to,
What?
and that looks to be my passive for like everything.
It's 10 plus all modifiers that would apply to a rolled perception check. So like.
Okay, it's 20.
Jeez.
Yeah, you gotta work on that.
So you go invisible. You go invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it off.
Going in. Going in.
At moderate speed.
At moderate speed.
Bravo 6 going down. So you're making your way through this dark crevice, and the heat is beginning to build. Like it goes from this sweltering, sweaty jungle heat to this dry, oven-like heat.
Dry heat.
Dry heat. It's a dry heat.
It's dry heat.
You've gone from Louisiana to
Wet
Arizona.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you follow that for about 10 minutes.
Okay, so 10 minutes is it's a cave way.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wall crack.
And there doesn't seem to be any. There doesn't seem to be much of any signs of anybody coming.
No branches. Doesn't seem to be like this is a frequented area.
No.
Okay.
No. And eventually, can I bring just you to a map?
You can.
I will be asking the group, do we want to start following along at a certain distance?
Okay, so the way this will work is you'll look at the map and then you will tell us
Oh wait,
what's on it.
let me put your token on there. Sorry.
Because we have comms.
There you go. You're gonna be up at the top part of the map.
Coming up.
Okay.
This is a dry heat. You
Do
drinking
you
water?
see a map?
Yes.
Okay. So what you see right where you are is you see a large wooden fort sort of constructed around and above the mouth of this volcano, and there's a lot of wood, bamboo, vines being used for construction. You see some exotic materials like shells of huge turtles and the
wooden fort in a caldera.
it's
seasoned.
treated lumber.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's magical treated lumber. Deal with it.
You even see
Pretty dry.
you even see skeletal vertebrae from an enormous worm of some kind.
Okay.
Perhaps a purple
Okay.
worm. The many of the platforms are level with caves and tunnels that dig into the walls of the caldera.
Okay.
And you see this fort. It's mostly platforms. So the ground beneath it is not level. I don't think there's really much of any place in this caldera where there is level ground. It's a bowl, basically. And the secret entrance you are in, you emerge and see almost a stairway sort of carved into the cliff face.
Okay. And
below at the base of the caldera, there is an orange glow shining through cracks in the crust that is overlaying the caldera of the volcano.
Do I need to speak to access the psychic link, or can I think?
It's just like
Okay, I'm like relaying this as I'm seeing it.
You won't need to draw a map right now.
Oh, I'm
it's
going
gonna be
for
I mean, go for
Orange cracks. Got it.
You can't hold back this talent.
Big crime.
So, with your passive perception, you see two spots in this stairway that look weak. You see actually very thin slivers of light coming up through the stone, as if there is empty space below them.
All right.
So, basically two spots that might give way if walked on.
I have to get my charger because my phone's about to explode.
Here. Type-C?
I need a really long
He needs his
This is a really long one.
No, that's not nearly good enough. You
It's
got
like-
a kink in your wire too, so you're gonna blow
It's
something up.
It's like 10 feet. When will he learn to trust me?
you have almost killed him multiple times.
No.
And fully killed him once.
By ripping him apart.
He chose that.
You led him down that path for a shitty bow.
for peace in the old wood.
You talking about Hope's End?
Yeah.
Have you used it?
I sold it.
See?
I'm giving it to Corinna.
I sold it.
For 20 pieces of silver.
12 electrum.
12.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
So I see 2 weak points in the crosswalks.
Yep. And like the exact spot, not terribly important, but just on this quasi stairway that you are descending.
Oh, and like the stone stairway.
Yeah.
That I'm on. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it's the main way that you can proceed down.
So I'm relaying that to these guys. I'm going to proceed down, and I'm going to try to avoid those delicate areas. Even if that means a little bit of a hop.
Sweet. So you hop over, proceed down, and you can see you have several options.
Okay.
So directly in front of you is a junction between some of these platforms that lead to these various structures. Yep. And then up to your right at the edge of the caldera is a path that sort of winds up to what looks like a small cave.
Okay.
And then to the other direction, that's kind of
And it's about 10 minutes back to the entrance. It's been maybe like 15 minutes total.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to try to peek into these 2 structures.
Sure.
Starting with the one that's to my left.
Can you move your token?
Maybe.
Try to find the one that has fresh air. It worked in Lord of the Rings.
I don't think I can.
Okay, so
with my phone.
That's okay. I got you. So you're moving to the one that's to your left.
Yes.
So you see this wooden walkway that leads over this sort of crust above what is very likely.
Do I feel like if I walk across this wooden walkway, it's going to like creak or make noise?
Make an investigation check.
Is that number plus? It is a 25.
25. So these look sturdy, but still primitive.
Okay.
This is not like master craftsman work.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible that they're going to make noise.
All right, I'm going to move with extreme caution.
Okay, but there's one other thing that you notice with that high investigation.
Love it.
There are a pair of bronze stakes on either end of the walkway that are like securing it in place.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like these stakes are strong and secure, but easily removed.
Quick removal.
Love it. Okay.
In case of being stormed.
I'm going to move across this bridge and try and figure out what's inside this room.
Let's get a stealth check.
Very defensible.
I'm just going to bring everybody to the map. Why not?
It's 27.
Wow.
27.
That's.
Could have done better. Swinging bridge.
Okay, y'all just don't go anywhere, right? You can move around you can, pan around the map and look if you want. Okay, so you...
Man, I'm good.
27, you said?
27.
On stealth? So... Yeah. You were able to tell which of these planks might rub up against another and which are the most securely tied, and you were able to sort of pick which one you walk across, and you do make your way.
That looks just like my drawing.
What do I do?
You do make your way into this small structure. This looks like a sleeping chamber.
Okay.
There are three pairs of. Wait. No, there are 8 hammocks in this room. 4 lizard folk are in them, sleeping or just idling. There is one very large lizard folk. He is actually of the large size category.
Whoa.
In the room.
One large.
And gear-wise, these 3 look like standard issue. We've dealt with them before.
Yeah.
This brutish large one, is he like heavily equipped?
He actually doesn't have any weapons, but he is just like very muscular.
Okay.
Guy works out.
Okay, and then I see that the bridge moves on through this room into something else.
Yes, it does. So do you want to keep going?
One big.
Yes.
Or maybe 3.
Okay. You keep on going. And to your left is another one of these sleeping quarters. Seems like the same arrangement. There's a few lizard folk, and you think you see another real big guy in there.
How many are
And then this appears, it just seems like these are sleeping quarters at this point, down this way.
Yep. But if you continue in this direction, there's some terraces that lead up, but then down there is what looks like it's a thicker level of rock above the lava, but it looks still very hot. You see a cave on that level. So there is a cave, but it's only accessible to something that could walk on this very hot surface. And then you see a big skeleton across here. Actually, make a perception check, because this is a very large room.
Do you want to move me to the map?
Did I not?
Yeah.
I did.
My screen and that.
That is a natural 20 for 30.
Okay.
So refresh.
At the sort of straight across the caldera, the like barely crusted over lava pit, you see a platform with several cages in it. And I'll say you see one green scaled lizard folk. You see a green, a blue, and a yellow in these cages. And it's guarded by firewalkers.
Gotta catch them all.
Yep.
Okay.
Also across the way are 2 structures made of like very large turtle shells. And they look pretty ornately decorated. So if there would be anything like a throne room or a ritual chamber, it would probably be in one of those. Is there anywhere else you'd like to go?
How am I doing on time? Are we like 20 minutes in now?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, there are 2 sleeping chambers, there's 2 brutes, there's a total of 6 lizard men, there's 2 guards at the cages, there's 3 prisoners, a blue, a yellow, and a green. Throne room is probably this way, as well as the potential sacrificial chamber. There's a cave, there's a plateau that is extremely hot that we're basically going to need one of our dragons to go on if we're going to be dealing with that, or we're going to need to hover with Nameless. Anything else here?
Yeah, there is a walkway because you made a turn. There was another path that just led straight south of where you came in.
Yep. So at this point, I know enough about this site.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave, go back toward that junction.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go down south and investigate that chamber and see what else we see.
Let's get another stealth check.
Stealth.
And I'm psychically sending this information off.
Totally psychic.
It is 13.
How many bridges have the brass?
They all do.
They all do.
21.
Quick disconnect.
Cool.
So if
For
we could
defenses.
make it to like the king's chamber, we can just disconnect and be on our own.
We'd be trapped.
We got dragons.
I guess we could make multiple trips.
So you make it across the bridge. Another one of these sleeping chambers with a handful of lizard folk and one of these brutes.
Okay.
Across this next bridge, it smells more like livestock. You see hay sort of spilling across the room, and there are giant lizards in that room. They're not. They're like cattle. For the lizards. They're
weird.
Yeah, you can see they're like
folk are weird.
They're weird.
Mm-hmm. It's basically just cattle.
So yeah, you see them, and that room is actually. So this room is guarded by some lizard folk. So if you want to go through it, you're gonna have to get past them.
Like, are they blocking them? Can I see past them into, like, is there something I might want to try to? Or...
You can see past them just barely. There's another bridge that connects to one of these turtle shell buildings, and you can just barely see what you think is a shaman staff.
Okay.
In this building.
But it looks like I'm probably gonna have to go through guards on both sides of this livestock room if I'm gonna try to commit to this.
Yep.
Okay. Now, are these bridges in each case? Do they have the bronze spikes on each one?
Yep.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Okay, so we can break them individually. It's exciting to know.
Exactly. Preferably with people on it.
I'll say on this little gap between these two buildings, if you look over to the side over here, you can see actually a salamander, very similar to Novus, the fire salamander in the Mithril Forge, and it seems to be a guard up by what looks like the main entrance.
That's not great.
No.
Cool.
If we get in touch with the king of this place, we need to have a talk with him about their fire code.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
I've been burned so much of this down.
Right.
How big is that space between these guys?
They are. It's a 10-foot space,
Yeah.
and there are two of them standing side by side, just in the doorway, just like talking to each other. You'd have to go right between them.
I think at this point I'm gonna go back and maybe try to figure out what this meandering path is on the side.
Yeah. So you go back to where that path begins, and you head up the path?
Yep.
Okay. So you head up the path, and you get to just about the cave entrance, and you can see there are these snake-like, sort of bright, hot, snake-like creatures, and they... Oh, and there are eggs sort of clustered around the room. This seems like an egg chamber, like a brooding chamber for like these snake-like fire creatures.
Okay, can I? Do I know anything about these, given my nature knowledge, or?
Roll a nature check.
I'm good at inspiration then.
19. So you're more making inferences based on stuff you've seen, and you would think that they are probably related to salamanders. They may even be a direct progression of their baby salamanders, basically.
So they're not really dangerous. They're just...
They could be dangerous.
Okay.
Salamanders.
My knowledge is unclear about what I know about them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I would maybe try to take a couple more steps in and see what else I can see inside that chamber.
Stealth check.
That is a 16.
16. There are two shamans inside that seem to be sort of caretakers, and one of them sort of looks over her shoulder. And yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, at that point, I'm going to back out. I've been relaying all of this psychically.
You would assume that if you wanted to try to get around that impasse that you had before, You could try to get up to near where the main entrance is, but it's going to require a climb up to this higher level. So if you want to make an athletics check to climb up there.
I guess I would ask the group at this point if we think that's worth me risking a climb psychically. Do we have enough knowledge?
How much time have you spent?
I think I'm about 25 minutes in, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Last an hour?
Yeah, I got another 35 max.
I mean, so long as the rocks aren't too scalding.
No, the rocks are fine. It's just pretty steep.
I'm going to remind the group that this is basically a strength check.
Okay.
Falcon would be a weak boy.
I Shade would say no. I think not, based on the fact that any slight mishap on that could alert somebody to something being there.
Good.
Anyone want to push for it?
No.
No. Okay, I'm backing out. I'm rejoining the group.
Okay, you go back to rejoin the group. All right.
At this point, what time were we wanting to call it for tonight?
What is it? 10 right now.
I thought we'd said 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be a good stopping point if we start getting into this? Like, if
We can kill some bodies, and then next time we meet, we'll kill some more bodies.
no doubt, no doubt. I think we need to rig those bridges once we're across. Just pull those stakes out really far, so that once there's a heavy load on the bridge, they just yank out.
As the tinkerer, I leave that to you to decide what that load is. Otherwise, mage hand people can do that too, just from distance.
That's true.
Yeah, the thing that Falvin is anxious about there is we're also altering our ability to move between places.
Right.
And that might matter a lot.
It's true.
It would be better to leave them in place as long as possible, but be very aware of the
Strategic
enemy's
value.
ability to remove them.
Yes.
Would Tensor's floating disc float over lava?
No.
It would sink in.
If I cross over a large enough gap, it just
But
No,
you could use
still
that.
stop 3 feet above the
no.
even a
I
just
think
a
like
surface.
It doesn't go over liquids.
If it's the gap sort of thing. So
solid.
like if I were to jump over a ravine,
Mhm.
and if it were if it were a large enough ravine, even if I made the jump, the disc wouldn't.
It could be used to resolve the hot surface leading to that cave.
Yeah.
Problem, but
It can't cross an elevation change of 10 feet or more. For example, the disc can't move across a 10-foot deep pit, nor could it leave a pit if it was created at the bottom.
But, well, yeah, I would say the same elevation, but what does it normally hover above the lake?
3 feet.
3 feet. So it would fall down to 3 feet above whatever the lowest depth is?
No, it just couldn't cross.
It just would not do
Yeah.
anything.
okay. So to recap, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 lizard brutes. There are 20 or so lizard folk. There are a minimum of 4 shaman. There is a lizard king. There is a brooding area where they're hatching eggs with, I think, about 8 or 6 purple salamander type things. There is a Novus type entity here that we maybe have to fight. There are 2 guards protecting 2 cages with 3 prisoners, a blue, a green, a yellow prisoner, and there is a livestock room guarded by 4 guards that has a group of lizards in them of unknown intelligence. Past that is a chamber that appears to have a couple shamans in it at minimum. The throne room is to the right of this, to the left of this area, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, and there's a cave. It seems to be important.
I should probably just call it off.
On second thought.
That's a lot of things for us to fight.
Alright, circlet of intelligence on one of the lizards.
But you guys were gonna fight 750 though. This is
was.
way less.
I was.
I'm doing you a favor. What are you talking about?
my thought is the first thing we prioritize. You described the three-way junction with bridges.
Yes.
Is getting there, removing the bridge leading to the salamander egg room. If we can remove
okay, yeah, you're right.
Remove the possibility of us fighting salamander eggs or
riders.
Children might allow us to have some inroads with the actual salamander.
If
we can remove that from combat, that would be ideal.
The only thing that we need to be aware of there is we need Magus or Theagenes or Theo on top of if those two shaman come out. They need to be dealt with at range.
Certainly. And
absolutely.
The question there is, do we stay and try and defend against enemies coming to us at the junction, or do we proceed down one side and split our force into a back and a forward?
I think we need to get onto the core as soon as possible so that we have a singular 2 sides to deal with rather than 4.
Well, I'm saying if we stopped at the junction, we would have one, because they would converge there.
2 bridges.
I know.
2 sides.
And if we stay right at that, stay on the bottom of the stairs, we have one
I see what you're saying.
face, one frontal attack.
Were there any... What kind of weapons did you didn't see any weapons on it of these lizard folk?
The brutish lizards seem to be all about melee strength.
And were there no weapon stores anywhere? I'm thinking javelins.
I didn't see any weapon stores. The lizard folk seem to have.
They had their own personal weapons.
Yeah. The lizard folk have
definitely some javelins.
Okay.
You know,
so I'm just worried, if we're thinking, oh yeah, we will stay here, and they all have to come to meet us. They just all line up and throw dozens of javelins at us at once.
True. So it would be either that, or we pick one side and get into cover. And
they will now.
Good idea. Thanks.
Okay. Is our primary goal to capture the king? Is that our primary objective right now?
I mean, it seems like a fast way to...
I think so. The king is target number 1, but the shamans are going to be a problem.
They are. But if that's the case, then I think we need to move aggressively toward the throne room.
Just bull rush the throne room?
Yes.
So it would be hit the junction, pull the bridge to the egg room. If we can, pull the bridge to the right, or to the left, and continue straight on. Is that would that be our plan?
I think so.
Do we want to do anything with the lizards in cages? Because if we pull the bridge going down, they are trapped. Doubling, so.
True. But maybe after we resolve the king, we can...
Does anybody have a solution for, replacing or repairing the bridge?
I'm guessing, Mage Hand, whoop.
If the bridge is dropped, is it going to land in the lava?
Maybe.
Or if we can...
We do invisibility and have people pull the spikes if you want to do it manually.
We're talking about if we have to repair the bridge.
If you want to repair the bridge, then I could shoot a grappling hook across the way, and we could jerry-rig something like a gondola where we could just kind of...
I mean, I think we have to destroy the bridges first anyway, because it seems like the fact that they're easily removable is a defense strategy.
Yeah.
And if we don't use it, then they'll use it on us.
Which I think is another point for Bull Rush Throne Room.
I will say, Falvin, so that side bridge with the 2 sleeping quarters, that's basically all there is over there. So there's no high value targets in that direction. So it's probably...
Isn't that where the prisoners are?
Other than the prisoners.
No, those are on the other side of the caldera completely.
So prisoners, shamans, and king are all on the same route?
There's it's a big sort of C shape.
Okay.
And you guys are up here, and here's the top of the C. This part is just sleeping quarters.
Okay.
And the path down to the cave.
Yeah, which is all fire. This is all fire. And then you go down the long end of the sea, past the king, all that, and then the prisoners are on the very other tip of this. So across the caldera in its entirety.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like Bull Rush the throne room, and be ready to pull pull the bridge to the eggs,
Right.
pull the bridge to the sleeping quarters branch, and be ready to pull the bridge on the king if we need to, if there's just like a whole host of brutes coming after us.
I think instead of just like pulling it right away, I could jerry-rig those to fall when people are on it to maximize the amount of casualties we would have. Because if there's a quick way for them to remove the bridges, then they're going to have a secondary way to get across it after they demolish.
We do have to avoid. We're trying to very hard to avoid fatalities from the salamander breeding room.
Yep.
I see. Okay. Then, yeah.
And but as we are going, if you have time to fix bridges after we cross them.
Absolutely.
But if you, I think specifically, you are the one most able to deal with the shamans if they come out of the breeding room.
I mean, it'll be loud.
You can use your crossbow.
Well, the crossbow doesn't do much damage, so.
Okay.
I think if we get to the point of the shaman's coming out of the breeding room where our cover is already blown and we're straight on through until morning.
Straight on through till morning.
Follow the North Star.
Yeah.
Do we, if things really go south here, is it a good idea to tell the dragons to, once we've started creating a distraction inside, to sort of skirt the skirt the rim of the caldera so that they're close by, so they could swoop in and airlift us out if necessary?
Are we leaving them outside? Are we bringing them with us? Do we feel like we need a distraction? I have major image. I can do a 20-foot cube of something somewhere that makes noise.
Could you make it look like one of the bridges was still up after it's down?
Yes.
That could be good.
That is pretty evil.
They run across.
So, specifically for Reldrissa, I don't want her in combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so far, Lizard it seems like all lizardmen have been non-aggressive towards.
It's true.
But we don't want them captured either.
But isn't it a really respect thing?
I think these are Firewalkers. They've been cannibalizing their own before they're dead.
Well, our
which
guide
is
has
a
been
different level from how the rest of the lizard folk are behaving.
And the fact that they're worshipping Sidon, we don't know what that's done to their respect for dragons.
Right. I would be okay with leaving all of the dragons behind, because I think all of them combined could take a few lizard folk, or get away from a few lizard folk.
And we could call them to come pick us up if we need to, and have them just swoop in, grab us like the eagles.
And I'm
Lord of
assuming
the Rings.
Kyra at least would stay with them, or
they'd be fine on their own.
Whatever you want to do.
I'm assuming Kyra's at least going to try and get into position to see what we do.
Yes, and I also would like to keep Kyra close in case Titan stuff happens.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So, are we bringing Corinna, or is she staying with the dragons? Final choice.
I'd say she stays on Overwatch. Basically at the top of the stairs.
So she comes with us, but not.
No.
She would be the one to take out the warlocks.
I thought you mean she is at the entrance to the caldera. She's guarding the entrance. The dragons are behind her. Mm-hmm. She can see most of what's going on, but she's tucked in.
Yeah. And if necessary, she could jump out and shoot a few shots if she sees somebody sneaking up behind us type of thing.
If she could be in position to take out the warlock, she'd be the one, because she was fools.
So all this sounds good to me. Are we ready?
I cast mage armor on myself.
Okay.
I cast mage armor on myself. I have that, don't I?
I think about what it would be like to cast.
Are you wearing armor of any other form?
Does it not work if you have other armor? Leather counts as?
Yeah, that counts.
Then I don't.
How much time is left on the psychic? How long has it been since I established the psychic link? Before we moved in.
35 minutes or so.
35 minutes. There's still another 25 minutes. Psychic link will still be up. I think I'm gonna remove this. So that lasts for an hour.
Okay.
We're doing it.
am I trying to make more of us invisible now, or are we just going?
I think if we can't all be invisible, then
Yeah, I can only make 4 people invisible.
I was thinking we were just going because I figured you'd want that spell unless you.
Okay.
Right. So the final point that I think Falcon would suggest is that maybe I go 60 feet in front of the party, and when the first group starts to move, I basically get a surprise attack on the brute in the first room.
And then you're surrounded.
That's fine.
Okay.
Then it is an even fight.
You guys are coming, you're not far behind. Maybe not 60 feet, but 30 feet, whatever.
we'll activate your boots.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Too,
Okay.
so I can teleport out if need be.
Okay, so let's do that.
Sound good to everyone?
All right.
You remind them of the spots that will give way if they step on them.
I do, and I told you about it beforehand too.
Yeah.
If you fall on that, I'm going to make fun of you, even if you break your ankle.
I will do other things to you. Worse things.
Far worse.
I am half tempted to bring the garrison and just have it into lava.
Alright. So I'm going to lead the group by like 35 feet.
Is anybody willing to control Falvin's movement?
That'd be great.
I can do it.
Can you do that? I think you still have
I think I do
permissions.
have Fulton.
Okay.
I'm going to take a real quick bathroom break before
Okay.
we get into it.
Okay.
Do
Pause.
you need to roll initiative?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna put Fulton down her. Measure be like zoop. That's 40 feet. So he wants to.
You would have guessed that removing one spike is an action
Okay.
with a strength check,
Okay.
but not a hard one.
Okay.
Imagine like noise.
I would imagine that removing a spike would take 1 strength action, but it wouldn't be very difficult. Sent via psychic.
That's what I said.
So a strength action. One
Yeah,
strength
so I
action.
think anybody but Theo can probably do it.
So like a one action of strength.
What a weird way to phrase that.
Yeah. So what is an action, and what do you mean by strength?
Stop it!
What is a spell slot?
What is a spell
You can
slot?
tell we are eager and antsy for combat. So to be clear, we're going south, right?
Yeah, straight south.
Love it. List it, buy it, shove it, keep it.
So it's going to be 4 actions to take out the spikes on the 2 walkways that you're not using. So do we have a couple people that are staying back and doing that, or is somebody just like starting that, and then once that's like, what is the time?
My intent is I'm going to go into that first sleeping chamber.
Yep.
And I'm going to be cozy with that brute.
Uh-huh.
And if he goes to move, he's going to die.
Okay.
I'm going to stab him.
So you'll basically wait until he gets alerted to the others coming.
That's my plan. Alert happening anywhere in the southern chain. I'm going to kill the brute.
Okay.
And they're going to try to do
Wouldn't
weird
that
stuff.
remove his like surprise condition if he sees the party coming before you attack?
I mean, he's still surprised by me, but that's your choice.
Mm,
He's not expecting an invisible person to show up next to him.
wait.
Oh, what a surprise!
So I guess that for the group, Gray, you missed. It's going to take 4 actions to remove the spikes on the other bridges.
2 actions per bridge.
I
1
think
action per spike.
there's enough of us. As we go, we just coordinate.
Uh-huh.
A common
once-
ruling is that a creature isn't surprised if it detects any potential threat.
Okay.
So just because it doesn't see you coming,
That's right. So I think
Right,
we're gonna
this must be
want. I think I'm just gonna go stab the brute. So the minute that we're gonna move, you guys are gonna move at speed. You're gonna have to pull the spikes in one go, and I'm going to stab the brute.
Yeah, each of us gets one spike.
Yep. So it's 4 of you.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Grab and go.
Great.
Okay. Move into
So
position.
as they're moving, I'm in position to stab the brute.
Stealth check, because you have to make your way through the room and get close.
21.
Okay. You get uncomfortably close to this muscular lizard folk. Yeah.
Smell
death. Okay, and we'll get everybody.
I guess we can coordinate psychically and basically say now. And we all do it at the same time.
Yeah. You guys are being sneaky as you're getting into position, right?
Yep.
Feel free to adjust your position, but I just moved you guys to the bridge.
That's exactly where I was going to be.
Cool. Are we doing it?
Let's roll initiative, and we're just not going to bother with the initiative tracker as it is.
Yep.
So I don't know what I did with that pen.
Oh,
I think it's gone. I could use just like a marker or something.
Do you
Um,
need a writing utensil?
Yeah.
Need a.
crap, I still have Falben's token selected, so
Let's get this.
can't see
Let's get this
Jay's
established.
token. Oh, I would summon my Echo before
sure,
the run,
sure.
so I have that up.
I would summon my turret on you too, my small one, before we.
Cool.
Since it lasts till it dies, apparently.
Okay.
I'm assuming Corinna has some kind of armor, like leather armor.
Actually, maybe I should summon it on you before you head over to the.
It wouldn't be invisible.
It wouldn't, but it's on him. Last
It doesn't.
time
Just studded leather armor.
he was
Correct.
touching someone, they were invisible
It's.
too.
I think it's the things. Well,
It's that creature and that creature's equipment, nothing else. So if you pick something up while you're after you're invisible, it doesn't turn invisible.
No, it's if you possess it, because I did pick up the whip and the whip vanished because.
Oh, that's
my
right. Okay,
possession.
all right. But
So
what?
if I
But
had-
not necessarily another
If I had a
creature.
mini turret, but that's mechanical.
weird. You'd have to ask the DM.
DM,
Yep.
if I were to summon my mini turret on Falbin, would it be invisible as well?
I think it has to be on him at the time of the casting.
Okay.
So,
I think.
No, because I stole Proximo's whip and it turned invisible.
Oh.
How we ruled it at that time.
I understand if we didn't do it this time.
Anything the target is wearing or
Yeah.
carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. The spell ends for a target that can cast a spell.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. Yep.
the moment Falbin ganks the guy, it's over.
Right, but
Yeah, but it's the
Having it
issue
on
of
him.
making sure he can get there without seeing like this turret floating.
yeah.
So you.
Yep.
You're
I would,
cast.
I would put that on your
You
shoulder.
got the
Okay.
turret on your shoulder.
All right.
Like Alien
I'm gonna roll my initiative
Predator.
somewhere.
Predator.
Here it is. This is my number. Here it comes.
Yeah. Everybody roll initiative.
Aww. 27.
Actually, the way I'll do it,
2.
y'all get your numbers.
And
I will call for like 20 and above, and then I'll just do blocks down. So 20 and above, 27.
20.
Okay.
And then I'll write the list down here if you'd
7.
like. Using my
Negus
epic
20.
handwriting.
15 to 20.
I'm also 20.
Also Dex mods.
Same.
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 Again?
Intelligence scores.
What's your next score?
Dex score.
Oh,
16.
I think that might be mine. Yes.
What's that? 16?
So y'all get to go simultaneously.
Okay. The emotional yin and yang.
Yeah.
It's time for that fireball.
And then
Psychic fireball.
18. And then Theo, what's yours?
A 2.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to get 2.
What?
You only get plus
You've got a modifier on it, right?
I do.
It should be your Dex mod.
Go open your character sheet. Top right.
I think it was 4 left.
59 sessions.
I always just click the
Top
roll
right. What's your
initiative.
Plus
initiative?
5.
plus
7.
6.
Okay.
Add 2 on here, so 5.
So 7.
7. Okay.
Oh no! Wait.
That's your proficiency.
Okay, so you guys all go before the monsters. Alvin, you go first.
I think so. They're in position, and we're going to say go, and I'm going to gank him.
All right, so it is. Gank him.
Go! All right, so there are a couple things are true here that I need to point out. He's surprised. Question mark?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's an automatic crit because I'm an assassin.
Yep.
I have advantage because he hasn't taken a turn, the poor fool, which means I get sneak attack.
Sneak him.
So it's a sneak attack crit. Here we go.
I'm scared.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Is it rolling? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
The burning currents of the river flaketh on.
56.
How do you kill this?
In one hit.
I
I
stab him in the neck, and then I'm like, oh, that's not so stuff, and I just decapitate him.
So there's just a quick spurt of blood in this living quarters, and like kind of pats on one of the other lizard folks, and then he kind of looks over, and then the head just just pops off in a split second. And I'll say they are all surprised.
And there's Falben. Like, do you stay out of the way of the blood, or do you get like drenched?
Well, you become visible after you make an action.
Yeah, I would assume I got sprayed. I mean,
yeah.
Can he be visible? Just
I am the bloodied half elf you're not expecting.
Yeah, and then it fills in. Yeah, so it's just his silhouette of this. Of
It
this.
fills in.
So you said they're all surprised now?
They're all surprised.
Aww. All right. Action search.
Okay.
I'm gonna take another attack, and what I'm gonna do is gank one of the. Well, actually, can I see anyone moving in this other room down the way? And there's
there's a shaman that sort of like is just sort of passing across the way.
Okay, I'm gonna rebound dagger to him.
It is gonna be a pretty far shot.
How far?
Let's see.
100 feet.
100 feet, yeah.
The dagger does 120.
That it's max range.
That's its max.
So
it's
it's a
non.
flat roll, right? Because
Its non-modified issue would be 80. So it would be a flat roll at that point instead of an advantaged roll. And it's still a crit because the poor sucker. Right?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What have you made?
Oh no. Oh, what is this?
Inspiration.
That's one of my inspirations.
I love having physical inspiration.
Plus. What is that? 9, 12, 26. 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then damage.
Go ahead and toss me that inspiration die.
I'm gonna roll with the equation because it does things.
That's fair.
As soon as I got that second one, I was like, I know what I'm doing.
I appreciate you.
If you had failed any of those stealth rolls, I would have been like,
Take out the giant.
Which one?
Just beneath Falvin.
15 to the shaman.
Okay,
There's
it's not killed.
Nope.
Very
Yeah.
hurt for sure.
Okay, bonus attack, rebound dagger, right back to him.
Right back to him. Take it.
Fireball.
Is this one also? It's a weird situation.
Do you get advantage on the first attack against a creature?
I get advantage against any creature that has yet to take a turn.
In there. How far is it?
And it's not
I mean,
first
it's well
attack.
within our
It's
range.
just-
Yeah.
It's any creature that hasn't taken a turn. I
Well
get
then,
advantage.
yeah, it's another flat roll.
It might just be objects interactions.
Um,
how difficult it is.
I think he said it was maybe a strength check.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, this is
That's okay.
In that case,
a little
that's
bit
still
hard on the
most
phone.
important thing.
You're doing great.
18 to hit.
Yeah, advantage on attack rolls. Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna roll with this again because it's easier.
But I definitely entered that.
13 more.
How do you kill this shaman?
So I throw it. It hits him in kind of the left side of the head, and he's like just reeling from it. He's about to fall over, and then I hit him on the other side. He kind of flips over, and he's done.
He's done.
Dunzo.
Big Dunzo.
At this point, it looks like there's probably 6 lizard men around me.
There are 4 immediately around you in this room.
Okay. I'm gonna use 30 feet of movement and move as far closer to the group as I can.
Just boots.
To this group.
Boots.
Yep, they'll put you at the doorway of.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
You're back towards the group, right?
Yep.
All right, so you're
Don't
standing
You want to use the boots?
in the doorway.
I can't. Bonus action to finish the shaman.
Would that incur attacks of opportunity from them?
They're surprised.
You're surprised.
Ask
That's
DM.
true.
Yeah.
Sorry, one moment.
Should I...
Oh, I just moved the turret, not Elvis. Oops.
Should I shoot... Can I shoot my turret now, or do I wait till my turn to shoot it?
The way we've
It's
been
on
doing
your
is
bonus
you
action.
it
Do we
waits on your
retcon
turn.
it, or is it just wherever you're at the time that it's my turn?
It'll be wherever it's on your turn. So basically, he acted too fast for you to be able to shoot
It was so fast. I just really wanted it to be like you appear, and then all of a sudden...
Okay, I just had to roll some more initiatives.
Now it's going to be like he appears, just
So I
kills
ran
2
through
guys,
the room.
and as he's running
we were
past them, it's just
questioning
like,
if they get opportunity attacks or not.
They can't take actions
because they're
or
surprised.
reactions on the because they're surprised.
Okay.
Oh.
Really loving this round.
Alright.
So
awesome.
you guys are yanking the spikes.
Yep.
Or is that already done? How does that work?
Well, he's gonna...
You said there was a strength check?
Yeah, so anybody who's doing that, roll a DC 10 strength check.
that's a natural 20. Can I yank both spikes?
Yes.
I'm down for
What
it.
did you roll?
I rolled a 15 and it's plus an amount of strength.
There's really no benefit.
All right.
Well, no,
that's why I asked.
Because this is pulling in my action.
Or can I time it to be after hit, like as he's pulling the spike, I can push that end of the bridge, like off the. So, like it's. If you say no, that's fine. I'm just.
How about this? You both pull your spikes, and you throw the bridge, which coils up into the doorway of the opposing sleeping quarter.
So it's just like.
Yeah, you just huck the bridge, and it just makes like a blockade in that door.
Cool.
Sweet.
No, was that our actions?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then so Theagenes and Theo do the same thing.
Yeah, I got a 19.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you get, the edge?
18. Is Rue with you, or is he with the other dragons?
With the other dragons.
with the other
But
dragons.
for my bonus action, I'll have my cannon shoot off of Falbin's shoulder
Okay.
at the... Does
There's
it have
several
line
lizard
of,
men
does
next
it
to
have
me.
line of sight on the... There was 2.
There are 2 right next to me.
Shamans, right?
There was, but I
you
only
have
had line of sight on 1.
On 6
Lizard men.
Whichever one is closest.
Okay, there's
to
one
each
within 5 feet of me.
So I'll
I should have had them have a bit of an AC buff because of the lizard folk in the giant lizard room. That was cool.
So then I'll bonus the... Yeah.
Nat 1 on the
Not
list.
too good. Okay.
You forgot to put new batteries in it.
It's like.
Wow. Okay, so that's Theo.
Flaccid.
Right. So I guess you guys both go decide what your movement is, and then Shade is after that.
Oh yeah, you get to move still.
Yeah.
Whichever direction we were planning on
You guys are
going,
going straight south, like straight down.
and we'll go that way.
Can you move like that?
Is the turret considered an ally?
Yes.
Cool.
I got a feat.
Oh, you got mobile.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good
I was
one.
like, I want some
turret and
some
ally.
more distance ability.
I guess
Now
a
you move- now you move
summons
farther
would
than
count.
Shade.
I realize it's a greedy question, so I'm fine.
Oh, but it's because it's on you.
Well, actually, I don't want to be in the middle.
I don't love it.
I feel like that's not
That's
a
fine.
I'll
great-
take another look at it
Yeah.
later. But
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to.
like having
I was
the
asking a
turret,
very greedy question.
like if he has the turret on his own shoulder, does that just give him sneak attack on everybody?
Yes.
Well, it's a magical object. It's not a creature.
It's not a creature.
I just looked that up.
Oh, okay.
about the
Gotcha.
like, invisibility
There you
there.
I wish I could have gone faster.
So no, it's not
Yeah.
an ally.
I don't love it. I do hate it.
I'll stay.
That was the other idea that went through my mind.
Yeah, I
It
can,
was
I can
like-
move then too, and
Yeah, you'll catch up.
yeah.
Alright, so you guys resolved your movement?
Yeah.
Alright, so now Shade is Echo will move. Oh, wait, no, there's somebody there. Alright. And, oh, there we go. Oh, no, I can't.
You can move diagonally right here if you want.
Yeah, I just needed to move so I could see Shade.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Alright, so there's that. Alright. And then.
What's this music from?
Hades?
I've been told I need to play that.
Dude!
You do.
Oh my
you
God.
need to play it.
Dude!
Sacrilegious. You would. I think you would. greatly
You would
enjoy
love it.
Okay.
And
It's very good.
bonus action, I am in my stance.
Okay, love
Tunnel
it.
fighter. You're tunnel fighting.
I'm tunnel fighting!
No, to the mountain.
Okay, so the guy that was gonna go next is dead.
But wait, they're surprised. Isn't the round over? And
Well,
it's top of the round
I'm just counting down.
Okay,
the rounds.
gotcha.
And
Logistics.
Surprise. Back to Falvin.
Oh!
Christmas.
All right. So I'm gonna gank again with my rebound dagger. Is my plan.
It's all led to this.
No doubt.
Oh, it's still advantage though. So
Yeah.
16 to hit.
Yeah.
I'm targeting one of them.
I mean, there's the 2 down here, and then there's the 3 in the room.
I'm targeting
Or
the
4.
one that's closest to me on the right there.
This guy, you're just straight up stabbing him.
Yeah. Shade is next to him.
No, I'm
No.
next to you.
Okay.
But
So
he is within my threatened range.
is that ally
He's 15 feet away. Oh no, he's 10 away from Shade. Yeah.
that counts? A sneak attack
It
or
doesn't
not?
have to be next
I think it might be
to.
adjacent to, so.
Yeah, I think
So no sneak attack.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
But if you target the other one next to the Echo, there he is.
Then I would do that. I'm gonna target the one by your echo. That's 12 piercing damage plus sneak attack. Attribute features over here. This one, bam.
Yeah, you don't need advantage if another enemy is within 5 feet of it.
Okay. 26 damage to the one next to. Shade's echo.
You kill him.
Okay, he's dead. Bonus action. I'm gonna gank the one that's right to my right.
Gank it.
That's -5 to hit, and I gotta go push the button again.
Pow pow. Kablam.
An assassin with action surge is terrifying.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
12 damage.
Okay. He's alive.
Let's see about that.
I think I'm gonna get out of the way, so I'm gonna step forward in front of Shade, next to his echo.
Okay.
Take
Yep.
You hear a come from the what is you presume the throne room is, and stuff goes on alert, and it's 21. Theages, Theages and Megas.
All right.
Okay, here we go. I'll wait for you, and you cast
Shade, you'll be up
Fireball,
next.
I'll cast Synaptic Static.
Then we like look at each other,
What?
like do kind of like predator, like.
This
like,
is so
what-
overkill.
You guys do like the fire dancer.
And I am casting fireball at the middle of the lizard, the giant lizard room.
The livestock?
They're just cows.
with some other lizard folk around.
like
them.
100x overkill.
No, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, do it.
Well, you know you love it.
I do. I approve.
Cattle.
I approve.
This message approved by Falcon.
If it don't make milk, it don't count.
Wow.
Lizard milk.
That's just common milk.
That's worse than common milk.
Lesser milk.
Alright, so there's my 25-foot radius. I'm putting it there.
Same.
At the same time. Fire and lightning.
It's like multicolored.
This is just so.
What does everybody need to roll in here?
Simultaneous dex and intelligence saves.
God.
Take it.
Okay.
We are going full shock and
Shock and
awe.
I'll do the
What's
giant.
this?
I'll do the giant lizards first. Do I have 60/20s? I do.
60/20.
They have a +1 to Dex. What's the save? Dex save.
Dex save is 19.
One of them succeeds.
We'll see if we get him with the other one.
Well, so we're doing it simultaneously. So we'll say this guy. I'm gonna mark him as.
Man, I mean, after Falben just like wrecking stuff, the synchronized explosions. Honestly, Shane's gonna feel pretty vanilla in this fight.
And then int saves too, right?
Yes. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Like, I'm sorry, I just bring regular brand of violence to this
She
combat.
runs into the empty room and roars.
Oh, I should actually do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah. Down here.
milk?
Oh,
No,
17.
I should do it now.
17.
I have a second
Um,
option.
One of
for my
them
roar.
meets it. The rest
To-
fail.
Alright.
Take it.
And then let me roll for the
Everybody
lizard
within
folk.
that can hear me. I'll just pull it up. I'll pull it up.
There are
I just
4
actually
lizard
put it on
folk.
the This one, the second line.
Dex. They all fail the Dex.
Take it.
And one of them succeeds
you
on
should
the
do that.
int.
But maybe wait until we get into the throne room.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
You roll your damage
I'm
too?
going to, yeah.
Okay.
Yahtzee.
Those cows
1,
are
2,
gonna
3,
die.
4, 5. That is as many as I can roll, thanks to my reroll, thanks to my charisma modifier.
My charisma wants these cows dead.
It's a good day to be a giant lizard.
There's a split second in there that it's like, this is an excruciatingly bad day to be a giant lizard.
Okay, that's 34 points of damage for the fireball.
Okay.
Or 17 damage for the one that succeeded.
Okay.
Okay.
And now we gotta roll for the other one.
Did you do the saves for the
4 lizard?
Did anybody pass?
One lizard passed both the Dex and the int.
Wow,
Ninja.
he's a smart,
This
dexterous lizard.
And one lizard folk passed the int. But
That is
none of those.
prime genetics for giant lizards.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it might still die.
We're gonna have to really.
31.
So 65 points of damage for the suckers that failed both.
And they're muddled.
That's the real kicker.
I really don't think that's gonna come in.
There. Do you have muddled on there?
So this we'll say just for the narrative. So the fireball fills the room with flame. Everybody goes up in flames, torches. I think that straight up kills. Wait, what was the half damage?
17.
Okay, so one lizard folk is like,
And all my minions are on fire now too.
and his giant lizard is just walking, and then their brains all like chain lightning together, and then they all just die.
Might have been overkill, but it was awesome.
But it was awesome over
6 cows and 4 guards dead.
Oh god. Oh, so they're all dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
the chat log. And all the deaths started flying by.
And yeah, now there's just like burning hay like all in this room.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When the 3 lizard folk, the 1 wounded, in the room next to us, see this happen to their beloved livestock and 4 guards, do they get feared? Are they scared?
They stop and they go, I'm sorry.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, whose turn is it now?
I think it's Shade.
I don't think we're going to move up too far because there's still enemies in there.
You have movement.
Yeah, it is Shade's turn.
I want to move a little bit forward because I want to tank for to keep
That's fun.
people safe. I'll go there.
Alright, so now is it Shade's turn?
It is, yeah.
Alright. So Shade is going to move.
I'm going to say anybody running through the room is going to take a d6 of fire damage.
There's no fire in this room.
In the next one.
In the next one, the livestock room.
So Shade can get there.
Because it's not like an inferno,
there.
although it might become one soon. Because the building is mostly built of wood.
So dumb.
So right now it's just like the hay on the floor is what's primarily in flame, and then it's probably going to catch.
Is literature?
It looks like there's not actually walls around the
Oh, let's
going to
Google
pretend
it.
I didn't see this.
I forgot to put walls there, yeah.
Let's Google it.
So yeah, with my Echo standing where it can reach all 3 of those lizardmen.
Yeah, do whirlwind.
Kind of close. I'm gonna attack the one that's mostly damaged. With my blade through my Echo. That guy. Oh, why is it? I just selected. Sorry, let me use that. Where did it go? Oh, there we go.
Oh my god. The Google people also search for lizard poop is dangerous. Lizard poop pictures. What happens if baby eats lizard poop?
Alright, does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
Demo.
Dead.
14 for that one.
What is the meaning when lizard poop falls on you?
What is meaning?
What is the meaning?
Alright, 21 to hit.
On who?
On this one right here.
Oh, yes.
Much to that.
Yeah. Their AC is 15.
Damage.
Apparently you can get
That's
high off
10 damage.
Okay.
And then I will use my...
Wait. Hold on. Did I just do 1 damage? I did. Sorry. Like, barely injured. What?
I'll use that and attack him again.
This guy's like, polymorph dragon stuff.
That's an 11.
Miss.
Okay. And I'll use my bonus action to enter my stance, and I'm done.
Okay.
It's now Theo's turn, I think, unless something else gets to move.
It's been a good start.
Okay. I just was doing something on the back end. It is. It's not Theo's turn yet.
Oh. Really?
I guess we are in the first real round.
Can anybody see? Shade. So you have line of sight of the the king's chamber, that turtle room.
Yep.
You hear a staff impact the ground. It's like ting, ting, ting. And then the sound of the staff grows more and more powerful and you can see the beams that are holding up this building start to kind of like it just got suddenly a lot heavier.
Gravity.
Cool.
Which building?
The one after the inflamed livestock.
The turtle club.
Turtle Club. Ninjas.
Yep. But that's all it does. And
That's all it
Theo.
I will do my bonus action first and have my balls toes shoot the one to the right of Aha! New battery.
Yeah, that hits.
Aha!
Wow!
Super batteries.
Almost full damage.
That's pretty good.
21 damage.
on the weakened guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you blow him up. He's dead.
And he's knocked back 5 feet, so I like to think that he went flying out of the structure into the lava.
Sure.
Yeah.
Flavor.
I feel like it's
Flies out the saloon doors. It's great.
And then Theo will attack the other one in the room and not hit.
But it makes a loud noise.
Yeah, it like pew, 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 and you guys all dodge it. Doesn't hit anybody.
Okay. Alright. I think that's it.
Okay. Is there a living lizard folk in this room? There is.
What?
He's next to Theagenes.
Yeah, this is the one I was in.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
How dare you?
So he's gonna first slam you with his spiked shield, and so that'll be a 13 to hit, which is a miss.
Yep.
And then he's gonna swing at you with his heavy club, and it's a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's gonna do 5 bludgeoning damage. Ha! Ha! Ha!
After we just decimated like 10 of them.
Meg is sort of behind you. You see lizard folk arms like trying to clear this bridge out of their doorway. So they're not going to be able to attack this turn, but on the next turn they will have pushed it out of the door and will be able to like start hucking.
Oh no, I've lost some of my temporary hit points.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Shade? Oh no, you can't. I don't think you can see that. How much movement do they have? 30 feet. They're gonna dash.
Oh, you got mushy stuff too?
I did. I took Fey Touch.
Me too.
It's so cool.
It is.
Okay, back to
Yeah, a
Falcon.
lot of bad
Oh,
situations.
it's my turn?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to move forward 30 feet. Start by doing that.
I'll put you right next to Shade.
Okay. I'm gonna bonus action. Well, how does cunning action work?
Cunning action is you can dash,
Yeah.
dodge, hide.
Yeah. So I'm bonus action to dash.
Okay.
Another 30 feet.
You're gonna take
1d6.
3 fire damage.
Okay. So I think I can see someone.
You can see a salamander.
Yeah, it seems like some of the salamanders that were guarding the main entrance are coming in to intercept.
Yeah.
Because there's a bridge made of like.
So they have
vertebrae.
hostile intentions.
You have hostile intentions.
It seems.
Yeah, they have like spears, and they're going.
They're upset.
Yeah.
You blew up my cousin.
That was my cow. I'm gonna rebound dagger. The front one.
scheduled for tonight.
You're doing what? Sorry.
Rebound dagger, the front one.
That's a new one. You ever used that before?
I love it.
He loves
It's
this.
tried and true. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Did you want me to just...
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
This is the face thing.
That's my turn.
Which face?
I'm done.
Okay. Okay. You hear that battle cry again?
Are we gonna make it?
And you see, like, rushing towards you is it's a medium-sized lizard folk, but this guy looks like, whereas the guy that you decapitated was like massive bodybuilder style big. This guy is like machine honed strength killer physique.
Probably fine.
Probably fine.
It's your show.
So he is dashing across the bridge, and he's not going to take any actions, but he's just dashing towards you.
Hi.
Hello. And Megas and Theagenes.
Does this bridge also have? I think. Well, we want to leave this bridge intact until we're to the king. How's the house on fire coming along?
It's starting to get more on fire.
Okay.
If you're gonna go through it, now is the time.
Is it toasty?
You mean it isn't getting
You will
less
take damage passing through it, yes.
No two lizard pens are not on fire.
Well, I'm actually thinking about that because, okay. So what I'm gonna do? Let's double check something. I want to double check if my my firebolt lights things on fire. Yes.
Fireball does, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around to this other hut that the limbs are clawing their way out of, and that doesn't have a bridge as an exit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna huck a firebolt at it
Huck it.
and light that hut on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Huck it.
And then I'm going to.
It's just like,
I'll say realistically, it'll probably mean that like 2 of the 4 lizard folk are going to spend their action to douse the fire rather than engaging in. It's not going to go. It's just going to catch it on fire. If that makes sense.
basically, if you want to do that, you gotta cast Fireball again.
Yeah.
True.
That's a fire starter.
Yeah. Fireball is a fire ender.
Yeah.
Just cast Bonfire in the...
Fine. In that case, I'm going to move up 30 feet. I believe I still have line of sight on this lizard folk warrior.
You do.
So
he has +2 cover because of Valden.
well, that's fine because I'm casting Magic Missile.
Okay.
At 5th level!
No.
That's only for eggs.
Yeah.
It's like in the movie Wanted when they're like shooting the curved bullets and it goes past Angelina Jolie and her hair kind of flips, you know, as she just watches. Anyway.
Yeah, we're just
That's
going to do
your
this
snake
at first level to start off with.
Fallen snakes make like a little heart.
So that should just be 3 darts, so that's 3d4 plus 12 on this guy.
Forged mage, magic missile would be like the missiles and like animations.
Oh no, 3d4 plus
out and just go
3. Yeah. Oof. Those were not great. But this is just a regular magic missile, so it's just going to be 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to move forward here.
Oh.
Oh.
And I'm going to guess.
You're gonna take
Oh, that's a dash.
3 fire damage.
Sorry, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go.
Okay. You untake 3 fire damage.
Thank you.
You
And but what I am going to do is I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on this thing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make it roll a 12.
Nice. Okay.
So I think.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So does it succeed? Does it have what? A +5 wisdom modifier?
Does it have a +5 wisdom
Yeah, 'cause
modifier?
it needs that. Okay, then it fails. And
It doesn't have 20 wisdom.
It's got 20 and a couple other things.
it's gonna
Oh.
take 3d6 damage and
Okay.
psychic. And it has to run away from me.
Oh, that's
I
two
got a
sixes.
16.
That's
So it
nice.
takes 16 damage and it has to run away from
Has to run away. Okay.
me. With its reaction, I think.
It's
like
react-
immediately.
So it'll spend its full movement.
Run, child.
Get out of here!
It must
on, man.
immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me. So I don't know what
As
that
far as
means.
its speed allows.
As far as it's
It had already run 60 feet on this turn.
So it can't run.
So
but
I don't think it can run more.
it will present it back.
well, then how does that work?
Yeah, I feel like it's just their speed.
If their speed allows.
But when do you use your speed as a reaction? That's the thing. Like, this is...
Okay, sorry. Read before as their speed allows.
It takes, yeah, and must... It takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you. So I think it has to...
So basically,
if it has a reaction, it has to use its... It has to go its speed away from you,
Alright, I'm fine with that.
I think.
And that was the higher level of damage because I hit it, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 1d6 breach. The higher level of damage because you hit it.
Yeah, doesn't Dissonant Whispers do more if it's already been hurt?
That's Toll the Dead.
That's Toll the Dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a one-off that I can do.
One off.
One off.
One of us. Take it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Turn.
Shade.
Alright. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Shade will interpose himself between Falbin and the next enemy.
But he ran through the building. And
But he
now
ran
you're
through
eager
the
to roll the
building.
die.
2 fire damage.
Oh my god. You have more than 100 hit points.
Yeah,
Yes, he does.
yeah, I'm only at 112 right now.
It's a little low for me.
You want to use this scroll?
Yeah. Down a little.
So these salamanders
Yep.
look angry, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
At least the one I can see.
And I've thrown a dagger into one.
Yeah, the one by the
We may
bridge
have, we
has.
may have passed diplomacy. Unless you're
well,
real
Shade-
charismatic.
I mean, he's not, but he's still going to try because
They were
No.
hostile to you.
Okay,
You're gonna try diplomacy?
but I mean, Novus is our friend. Like, I mean,
That's like
Shade-
saying the green lizard folk are nice.
I Right.
Dude, you can try it. Absolutely.
I will. I'm going to take my bonus action to enter my stance. Actually, well, wait, no. There's still a lizard folk in the other room. I'm going to attack that instead. But I am definitely defending Falvin.
Okay.
Alright, so... let's do this. I'm going to attack through my Echo at the lizard folk. And I think my Echo is going to end up dropping after this. That is... 15?
15 hits.
Cool. Oh wait, no, it's a D12, sorry. D12. That is 9 damage.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Alright, so another one. That is 26.
Yeah.
Does that hit?
Sorry.
Dude, whenever you ask us if like 37 hits.
You having a giggle, mate?
Let me just make sure I'm doing damage right here. Oh, plus, yeah, okay. So that's 10 damage. 10 more damage.
It's still up, but it's nearly hit.
Well, then, you know, if it's near death, I mean, I gotta. I can't. No, I gotta. Use that and attack Juan more time.
One.
Alright, and that's another 15, which hits doing 8 damage.
He's dead.
Cool. Alright, chop, 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 chop.
You have liberated this sleeping quarters.
Liberated the sleeping quarters, and my echo can move 30 feet, and let's see how far that is from shade.
Remember, your echo will take damage as soon as it enters.
I know, but it's still. I'm leaving it. I'm trying to leave it up still.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
sure.
within 30 feet, so it doesn't
I just didn't want you
disappear.
to have him walk in the room.
Yep. Wait, why didn't you want him in the room?
Yeah, why
Is there
didn't you want him
Damn
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's Shade's turn.
What the hell? Okay. All right. So,
Things about to get.
I'm assuming this is going to be a thing.
okie dokie. And
Novus Light and Novus Plus.
And I believe, like, all of our custom armor does have Novus's mark on it.
It's got it right on the chest of my armor.
you see
The sound
across the bridge, you see the lizard folk king.
Oh,
he's a big boy.
oh, he's big.
He's a big boy.
He's big.
That's a big one.
He pushes the warrior to the side, and he takes this this staff that is it's made of bronze. It's very much not a lizard folk staff, and it crackles with electricity at its tip. And he just levels the staff at you across the bridge. And
Brace for your back.
I need you and Falbin and Shade and Theo to make a DC Dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
That's an 18 for Shade.
I'm gonna redo that. Okay. This is out of control.
He's still picking up dice.
29, and it's a dex saving throw, so evasion comes into play for once, and I get no damage.
17.
This attack will be off of all of the following.
The train, the wagon,
the wagon.
Okay. Who failed? DC 17.
I was at 17.
So
Okay,
pass.
that's pass.
I don't think anybody failed.
It cost me 2 luck.
Well, wait. Who else? You said. Wait.
It's Shade, Falbin, and Theo, and the Echo.
Oh, and the Echo. Okay.
Well, it's a half damage thing.
Yeah. So it's
So the lightning goes
Echo's
through.
gone.
Where are you?
Okay, so y'all
Are
will
you
take.
sure it's not the Agnes? Oh no, it's a straight line.
It's a dead straight line.
Okay.
So you are just to the side.
Infinitely forward.
The random choice you made mattered.
I just watched the lightning bolt go past.
Yeah, literally. So those of you that succeeded, which is everybody, you'll take 15 lightning damage.
Oh no! I'm
Since
under
this is in line of sight,
Yeah.
can I see that this was a spell? I'm not within range for counterspell, but was this a
It's
spell?
a property of a magic
It's
weapon.
a property of a magic weapon. Okay.
Do you want me to do the minus 15? Oh no! You
So
don't take
I
the
still
minus.
want to stay away from that. I
You
can't.
lucky!
Can't do that.
Yikes.
You lucky boy! You.
Lucky boy.
Okay,
Or
and
very fleet-footed boy. That,
Theo.
I like to think that you
Alright.
just hid behind Shade, just like jump up on his back for
Oh
a
wait,
second.
did you
Just
take
like-
you took lightning damage?
Yeah.
Do you have?
It's currently on Rue. We gave
It's
that
on Rue.
otherwise, I could have gotten some
A lightning charge.
juicy things off of that.
Yeah, I like to think he just like jumped on
I'm
Shade.
going
and so you
to
weren't
take a
conduit
shot
to
at
anything.
the
It's
at the
like,
boss.
Least
Okay.
bad least resistance.
All right, cool.
It's like, oh, okay.
Nat 1. Oh no.
Come on.
You got lucky. You got lucky.
That's your second map.
I'm gonna save that. I just used 2 to get to that 17.
Yeah.
And this is a long fight. Okay, so I'm gonna go forward.
Probably gonna call.
Yeah. We'll get to the bottom of this round.
Ah,
Damn.
Okay, that was fun. I'm gonna not go in the burning room, and I'm gonna hide behind a wall because lightning hurts.
I'm just gonna throw my echo off to the side here because it's not actually. No, I can't see shade.
Put it in the lava.
The salamander is going to step onto the bridge and just like lower its spear in a defensive position, and it's going to wait there. And I do want to have Falvin take one more turn.
Oh, I like that idea.
Like you guys stop me whenever. I am electing one more turn if we're just getting through that round. If you want to try one more round,
I think I should be getting to bed. So.
Okay, cool. Take your turn.
Take my turn?
Take your turn.
Okay.
Get it.
Oh, okay. So these salamanders coming across this spine bridge or something.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to change that?
Not particularly.
I wonder if I could talk with that.
It's gonna be like, undercover and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go for the salamander.
You're gonna throw it.
Yeah, you know it.
You need to step to the side of shade first. So you have
Looks like it has a head.
Yes.
Not for long.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
10 damage.
Uh-huh.
Bonus attack. Here it comes. 16 to hit.
Uh-huh.
12 damage.
Woo. Nice. Oh, you take some more damage. You're gonna take 2d6 now.
Just for the hell of it.
So 6 damage.
Okay, I'm gonna step onto the building.
Good idea.
Fuck that.
Are you going this way?
No, I'm committing.
Okay.
Okay.
So you took 6 more damage, is
Yeah.
what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. As you step out of the building onto the bridge,
Oh, great.
you see a dagger swing up at you from under the rope bridge,
Oh, that's exciting.
and that's where we'll end our session.
Cool.
You can't just say cool.
Cool.
It's our in-person session. Yeah.
Kyra is in our psychic link.
Yeah.
Okay, and we didn't notice anything from Kyra.
No.
Okay, just making sure this isn't a Kyra
I
dagger.
wonder which one was your dragon.
Oh, no, it's a lizard.
Okay.
Kyra is now a lizard.
No, it's a lizard.
Dun dun dun!
This one's fine.
GG.
So then this must
We
be...
did it.
This is yours.
That was cool.
You solved my never having played in person together for 2 years puzzle.
Okay,
That was so
then that
cool.
must be... This must be
I think
your
that's.
dragon.
No, mine's the one.
No,
with
that's
the wings.
the one. No.
Okay.
Mine's.
Okay.
Mine's that.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe I'll stop recording. while we
Logistics.
clean up.
We're gonna do logistics now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for watching. And hopefully
Thank
we'll
you
do this
all
again
here.
someday. And
Someday soon, hopefully.
someday soon.
Someday
All
soon.
right. GG.